Hello and welcome into my latest live video. My name is Kerry Holzman. His name is Mitch Morrison, and your name is... Got them all. All right. Hyped up. I'm ready to go. You ready to go?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm ready.
I think we have a difference of energy level here. Try and keep up.
Okay. All right.
I want to start out. A few contributions came in today. Amazon gift cards.
Okay.
And I did something different today. I wrote the names down so I could say thank you to these kind and generous folks.
Okay.
So we're going to say thank you to Tony Wallow. Go on.
Tony,
Say thank you.
thank you.
Peter Laycock.
Gracias.
Ross Whitehead.
Very nice. Thank you.
Gilbert
Okay.
Brindendorf.
Thank you. Can't even read your own writing. All right.
Nobody can.
Yeah.
It's a special code.
Chicken scratch. All right.
Jose Rivera Astacio.
Gracias.
Doug Betts.
Doug, the man. No. Yeah.
Doug has a YouTube channel where he's a tech.
Thank
he
you.
shows people how to do stuff. Does live technical support. Be sure to check out Doug Betts' what was it? Windows Live training. I got to put a link to it. Dave Scruggs.
Dave, thank you.
Daniel Butler.
Thank you.
Paul McIntosh, watching Windows videos.
Thank you.
Jimmy Walbert.
Jimmy, thank you.
George Paulson.
Okay. Thank you.
Krister Stenman.
Thank you.
Gregory Guy.
Thank you.
Gregory McCutcheon.
Thank you.
Rock and Rob.
Many thanks for rock and roll.
And then a couple weeks ago, or the last few days, Colin Hilton, of course.
Colin, yep.
Joseph Mahoney.
Yep.
David Stetzel.
Big thank you.
Yeah, thank
It's
you. Guys.
Freaky Friday. No, not Freaky Friday, but it's Friday.
And then we've got some
End of the month.
contributions in the chat already. And let's see, Peter Laycock started us off with a 50-pound contribution. He says, good evening, Kerry and Mitch, and everyone in the chat room.
He always rubs in the temperature. You know what I mean? We're out here frying like
Hello, Scotland, and the temperature in Edinburgh is 62 degrees Fahrenheit. What's our temperature right now?
Yeah, a balmy 99. Yeah.
It says you're close. And the sun's says
100.
is it gonna focus? Put it over Mitch's face.
There you go.
100 degrees Fahrenheit.
And he's 62.
He's 38 degrees cooler than us. Thank you, Peter. Thanks for the contribution. There's Tony Wallow, another contribution. $99.99. Holy smokes. Very generous, Tony. Thank you so much. I see Luke Greeny in the chat.
Yeah.
And Dustin Fuller, Craig Lilly, Mountain Biking Kid, Vern Mahorny, and Ken Stout. We have another contribution here from Craig Casabona, $5. Thanks, Craig. And Rystar Man with $10. Said, sorry about the man motherboard, but when you buy used, you take your chances. We're gonna pick up right where we left off on this video. I just want to get through any other contributions I might have missed. Oh, here we go. Michael Dane, speaking of the man, contributes $10. He says, stay cool, Kerry and Mitch. As if we have a choice.
Yeah.
And thank you. Joshua Robinson with $20. Joshua, thank you. Thank you all for your support. That's way better than we did last week. I was getting nervous because I put a lot of money in this.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you an update on what's happening here. I'm going to just walk over there and talk to them for a minute.
Then I'll step out.
All right. So here's the deal. A number of people commented what they think is wrong with the board. I'm already starting to sweat. They've already, and I think some people were right. I do believe there is a component on the board that has failed that needs to be removed with a soldering iron and replaced. And they're very tiny, probably need like a hot air soldering iron and a big magnifying glass. Do that kind of work. And I don't want to do that kind of work, and I shouldn't have to do that kind of work. This is a $750 motherboard, brand new. I paid $600 for it as a returned product. It definitely has a USB related issue. If I do anything mechanical to this board in any way, shape, or form, I void the warranty. But because I bought it from Amazon Warehouse, I have 30 days to send it back at no expense to me. I just put it back in this box right here. I don't have to put it back in a shipping box. Just put it back in this box. I take it to my local UPS store. I show the QR code that Amazon sends me, and they scan it. Now, I just had to do this for something 2 days ago. I had to go to the UPS store to drop something off that was going back to Amazon. And by the time I got home, I already received the Amazon email that says my money was refunded. In other words, once it was scanned and a tracking number was created, Amazon then immediately refunded the money, even though it hadn't left the UPS store yet. Now, I'm not going to tell you that's always going to happen, but for me, it happens quite common. It's quite normal. Now, I could have sent this back to the manufacturer under warranty, but that will cost me about $50 and will take about 2 weeks' time. Suddenly, now my savings is only $100 difference, and we have to postpone doing these video series Friday after Friday, because we're going to make this into about a 4-part series. As a result, I need to keep things moving. Time is money. So I just bought another motherboard. Could you grab that for me, Mitch? It should be in the other room. Now, nothing has changed. I have not touched this or done anything to it, apart from trying to force it into flashing a BIOS. I didn't modify it. I took 2 of the sticks of RAM out, but I think it's on the shelf, Mitch. Look straight ahead. I tried, as you can see, it's got the sticker here. I tried everything I could do to get it to work off camera that didn't involve replacing any components. So I paid full price for that. So here's the thing. Most of the time when I buy from used Amazon warehouse deals, I always make sure that there's free returns. Because when you're buying something used, it may come from third-party sellers. And then you don't know how long it's going to take before you get it. You don't know what your customer service is going to be like. There might be a restocking fee, or the cost of shipping is going to be on you to return it. And then suddenly it doesn't make any sense to return it. If that were the case, then I wouldn't have much choice but then to RMA it back to the manufacturer and have them, pay that. This probably cost about $50.
It's heavy.
It's heavy. And then I'm going to wait about 2 weeks, and then I can't do anything to continue this build for 2 weeks. And that's fine if you're a home user and you're patient and you still see it as a savings, if you really want to save your money. Now, I've shown you how you can buy the 8-year build for 30% of its regular price. So if its regular price is $800, you could theoretically do it for $500. I just picked up another H370 HD3 used motherboard for $83 on Amazon. And every single one of those I've received works perfectly. All these processors, you see these processors back here, Mitch? All these processors are not in boxes. These are all Amazon warehouse deals. These are 8700s. There's 3 8700s and 2 9700Ks, and they're about $50 to $70 off retail price. There's nothing wrong with them. I tested them all last night. They work fantastic. No one's going to know. I mean, I'll tell them, don't get me wrong, but no one's going to be like, oh, this was yours, that's going to be a problem. And again, I did that with a safety net. I always put safety nets down. If you watch my videos closely, if I have a system that I don't know how to fix that's brought into me from a customer, one of the first things you'll see me do is image the hard drive with a Cronus or disconnect the customer's hard drive altogether and use my own hard drive. And then I'm free to manipulate and change anything I want. And then I can just either restore the Acronis image if I screw everything up, or reconnect the customer's hard drive. You understand? And so I always have a safety net. And that's why when you guys see me working, I can work at the pace I work and I can make the bold moves I make because I always have the safety net. So I thought to myself, if you can do the 8-year build for 30% off, you're saving what, $300?
Okay.
Something like that. $200, $300. So what would happen if we did a $6,000 build? Would we also still save 30%? That would be $2,000 in savings, but it does come with some risk. Now, everything you see that I've purchased, except for the case, was purchased, returned product to Amazon from Amazon warehouse. Okay, so we have a motherboard that's, we're not going to fix it. Fixing it would void the warranty. Returning it will take too much time. So that one part of the gamble didn't pay off. If there was another returned one, I would have bought it. But there isn't, and I had to have it in time for today's video. So we've got a brand new one right here in the box. All I have to do is put this motherboard back in the box, take it over to the UPS store, show them the QR code, boom, Amazon's going to refund the money. Super easy. So what we have to do today is we're going to take the CPU, the RAM, and the heatsink off. We're going to move it over to this board.
Okay.
We'll set this aside, and I'll put it back in the box later because,
Yeah.
it all has to go certain directions. Everything only fits one way. I'm not going to bore you to tears watching that. And I let Amazon know the reason for the return is it does have bad USB ports. I'm sure Amazon keeps a record of why something was returned. And so if it's had at least one previous owner. If the previous owner also said it has bad USB ports, now the second owner says it's got bad USB ports. When they pull the serial number up in their system, it's going to say from two different customers the same thing. Then Amazon returns it back to their vendor.
Okay.
Back over at the chat, you have an admirer of your t-shirt. Duncanny says, great t-shirt, Mitch, one of my favorite bands of all time.
Yeah, I've got a front row ticket, I think, for the end of August to see Alan. I wish I certainly would do the meet and greets where I would get to chat with him and say hello, but they're not doing that now because of the pandemic. But got a front row seat, looking forward to games people play and iRobot, and yeah.
Enforcer P contributes $5. Hey, Carrie and Mitch, Fresno is hot too. Cowboy Rowdy contributes $20. He says here is $14 for your beverages. YouTube takes 30% of all your super chats. So if you give, I'm not complaining, I just want you to know. If you give me an Amazon gift card, I get 100% of it. If you give me a PayPal contribution, PayPal takes 3%, but they give me the money right away along with a record. And I can reply and say thank you personally in email. If you do the super chat, YouTube takes 30% of that, and I won't see this revenue until not the end of next month, the end of the month after that. So you can imagine, I don't know, YouTube doesn't even tell me. It just goes, here's your money, plunk. Anyway.
And I can't wait 2 months for Uncle Kerry to pay me. You know what I mean, Chad?
I said 3.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 3 months. All right. Okay.
Hold on a minute.
Yeah.
No, that's too much.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Since when did you get a $2 bill? All right.
I have a $3 bill. Do you take $3 bills?
No $3 bills.
Keep the change. You know what? You did a good job today.
Oh,
I wouldn't smell that. You don't know where those dollars were yesterday night.
yeah. Give me the hand sanitizer.
Oh, I used it all.
Ooh, $3. I can maybe get some fries.
I was going to give that to the
McDonald's.
Loch Ness Monster, but I didn't have 50 cents change. Wait a minute. Hold on. Here's $10 more.
13, my lucky number. Things are looking up,
Okay.
chat.
Hold on. Wait. Here's $40.
40, 50.
Would you like some pocket lint?
40, 53. Oh, okay.
No, that's a roll of Tootsie Rolls.
53. Now
You want some gummy bears? They're warm from my pocket.
now I can get a room tonight.
Now, see, he's paid.
All right, there you go.
Now you can go to a good college and get a real job.
Yeah.
All right.
So
He
what
makes more than that.
Yeah. So what's first?
I just wanted to look
Yeah,
at the chat real
chat.
quick.
Are we
Mike
fine?
McRae with £4.99 says, I really enjoy your channel.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you.
Are we coming in clear? Can I get a 5x5?
What's a
chat?
5x5?
That means the mic levels aren't too loud, aren't too bad.
What does it stand for? Do you know?
What do I know? I heard
I
it.
don't know. You work on the he's an actor, guys.
Yeah, I heard it once. So.
He's been in stuff. He makes movies and stuff. He's a real honest-to-God actor.
Real.
Honest.
Honest.
He's been in stuff, like on TV and commercials and
Yep.
OnlyFans. That's how we met. Harry M contributes £9.99. Thank you, Harry. I just want to look back. There's David Scruggs. You know what? David needs to be blue. Blue. David is blue. And let's make Alda Rivera. Let's make him blue. Oh, yes, they're noticing Nutty is playing Donkey Kong today.
Ah.
He loves those 80s video games. Mortmont says, hi, Mitch, and everyone in the chat, and Carrie. And Jeff Baker says, hello from Texas. Hey,
Man, it's humid there. Ooh. I lived for a year in Houston, Texas,
oh,
right during.
I was there for a day and it felt like I lived there for a year.
I was there when that movie with John Travolta, Urban Cowboy, came out, and yeah.
And Dusty Hill of ZZ Top passed away this
week.
72 years old.
That's young, man. 72. I sincerely hope that the band will carry on.
How could you?
And,
There are only 3 guys in the band.
Yeah.
But 3 guys and 3 notes.
for
3 chords.
For 50 years, the same 3 guys. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that, you know. Meow, 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 meow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
His nickname's Mumbles. All right.
I would believe that to be true,
Yeah.
but I just think it reminds me of Boomhauer from King of the Hill. Man, I'll tell you what, man, just get on that internet, you go click, 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 click. It's
Luke
real
Greenia
easy.
says, Kerry, I lost track. How much more ransom do I have for your build?
I'm going to send you a
Yeah,
piece just
yeah.
to be proof of life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Send him a USB flash drive.
SATA cable.
Planet Cryos was
Hey,
$15.
Planet, yeah.
Very nice. Hey, Kerry and Mitch, he says, I'm going to tent camp for 4 days starting tomorrow, and I just wanted to drop in and share my love.
Yeah.
Always love the videos.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cryos.
So he's our editor.
And there's Thomas Backenstow. Says, hello, Kerry and Mitch. Hi, Tom.
How's little red working?
Yeah, how's that little red and black
working?
computer running for you?
Yeah.
Fred says, hello, Kerry and Mitch. Love when you two get together. It's awesome.
Well, you have very good taste. All right.
Obviously, these very well refined,
Yeah.
well educated gentlemen.
Okay.
Cowboy Roddy says, I just sent another gift card. Wow. People generous today. Thank you. That'll almost cover the price of this board. You know what this board was? I mean, I
$100.
already told you it was $750.
$100.
But there's tax.
Right.
It took it over $800. What are you going to do? Like, I'm already into this for $4,000, so what's another $800? I can't use anything without it.
What's this Go Faster sticker near Nutty? That must have fallen out. huh?
Yeah, I just put it over there. You can stick it in the drawer there if you want. I save them. One of these days, you guys got to remind me to pull the drawer of stickers out so you can see how many builds I've done. I've got the Intel stickers. I've got all the RAM stickers. I've got all the Noctua stickers, the G.SKILL stickers. Back when SSDs were OCZ used to include my SSD is faster than your HDD sticker. And what my goal is to fill the drawer to the top with all these little stickers and then just take them out and confetti it and go, that's how many builds I've done.
Okay.
So in case people don't believe me.
Right.
Because, you know,
Yeah.
skepticism off the internet. Got my second shot yesterday.
Oh, did you? Yeah. Yeah.
Feels like someone punched me in the arm. Did you punch me in the arm?
You better hope there's not a full moon tonight, because you may start howling.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
Just because I have a tail
Yeah.
doesn't mean I'm a dog.
Yeah. And Chad, I will tell you,
I've got a trunk too,
yeah,
but I don't
and
know
I'm
what
impressed that he got the second shot yesterday afternoon and is feeling quite
Yeah,
chipper.
I've got
quite chipper
no-
here today after my second shot. I mean, I just woke up and felt.
Yeah, but you're a girly man.
Yeah, I kind of felt kind of punk. So, a slight headache. I took an aspirin, and I just, watch movies in my screening room, because that's how I roll. So, and then by the day after that, then I was okay. But just the day after that second shot, I wasn't up to snuff.
Well, I've heard if
Whatever
anybody had
snuff
a
is,
problem, it was always the second shot.
Yeah,
mostly.
second. Yeah.
And I was a little worried, and the guy gave me the shot. He says,
Yeah.
if you're not someone who easily gets sick, you're probably not going to be
Yeah.
affected by it. But I planned the shot where I didn't
Yeah.
have to go anywhere, and I could make Mitch do all the work if I didn't feel good. But so far, so good. I'd rather, not get COVID. But
And
if
you-
I do get it, I'd prefer not to potentially die. So those are the good odds.
And you've yet to get the shingle shot.
Not yet.
Okay. Ooh, that one hurts.
But
Chad, I
they
thought.
used to say you had to be a minimum age of like 60.
And then they dropped it to 50.
Yeah, and I know that shot hurts though.
Oh, and you have to get 2. I think they're.
But compared to shingles, it doesn't
Yeah,
hurt as
I think
anywhere.
they're 5 weeks apart. Where one.
No, I don't
let me
believe in
do one.
shingles. It's a hoax.
Yeah.
And never mind what's on my
Yeah.
roof. I got plenty
Yeah.
of shingles
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah.
Jerry contributes $10. He says, "Hey, Kerry and Mitch, you guys do a fabulous job. Keep it up." Yes, sir, Jerry. Thank you, Jerry.
Yeah.
And Jerry is already blue in the chat room. You know, I did that interview with the creator of Qbert. Mm-hmm. Remember the Qbert arcade game?
Yeah, that weird-looking little guy, yeah, with no arms. Yeah,
Yeah, he's got.
he got a nose and two feet.
They were talking about maybe calling that game because the character, he didn't design the character. The company he worked at had an artist, and this artist drew characters, sort of like in music. People will come up with a guitar riff, and the studio buys the guitar riff.
Yeah.
And then an artist will hear it perhaps and say, "Oh, I want to use that one," and they buy it.
Okay.
So it may just be like Cake by the Ocean by the Jonas Brothers is this weird guitar. I can't even do it, but they heard it and they said, "We'll make a song from that one."
Okay.
And so they buy
Riffs.
That's a job.
Yeah.
Somebody just comes up with stuff with guitar. You don't have to come up with the whole song, and then they sell it to the studio. And then the artist can then buy it, and I don't know how that works. I guess you get royalties maybe, and they might tweak it a little bit.
Okay.
Or, anyway, the person draws characters. That's his job at the arcade game manufacturer back in the day. And Warren approached him and said, "Do you have any of these characters you're not using?" And he showed him a bunch, and he's like, "Oh, let's do this one here." And when he drew the character, he wanted it to shoot out of its nose.
Okay.
And Warren's like, "Yeah, I want to have, this is a kind of a complex, weird angle, and I don't want to have to deal with bullets." But the rumor was that it was going to be called Snots and Boogers.
Yeah, that would have
been a better game.
Yeah, that would have gone over great. Yeah.
So Qbert is one of the most successful arcade games of all time. It's in the top 15. And it was interesting to talk with Warren Davis and that Replicate company that makes those miniature arcade games.
Right.
They're making a limited edition of these arcade games.
You know you want one.
Oh, I've already ordered mine.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to pay $400 on eBay for one.
Yeah.
They're $150, and then after they're sold out, they never make them again. And I don't want to sell it. But the ones I bought off eBay had never been taken out of the box.
Right.
So we know those people bought those on purpose,
Right.
with the sole intent of selling them. And the longer you wait to buy one on eBay, that little Centipede game is now on eBay. There's at least one for $800.
Oh, okay.
It was $129 brand new,
Okay.
and they don't make them anymore. So it's great to go back to the 1980s and have that much fun and have this small little game.
Mike Smith says the case that this is going in is ginormous. I like that.
Ginormous. is a good word
Ginormous.
for it.
Yeah.
Let's
I-
make.
yeah.
I'm not sure which Mike Smith. That's a popular. I don't think that's my Mike Smith, but we'll turn him blue anyway.
Yeah, 'cause,
And
yeah.
John Paul Bacon
you
says,
you could live in the case. Yeah.
all of you people, let's hit that thumbs up button. Yeah, John, that's a great idea. Do me a favor, thumbs up, right this like that, and you go click. It costs you nothing. Takes very little effort. Should I wait until I get so many of those before we start?
No.
We'll be here a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, so Blackwatch is in there, Awakened is in there, Bryce Yedius, Bob Shoemaker, Craig Lilly, Michael Dane, and Bob Connors, and Elko, and George Z, Stealth Mode, and Jim, KJ3N. Whew, we had a lot of people joining us, 486 viewers. I think that's a good time to get started. So what we're going to do is dismantle this. It should only take a minute. So the first thing I'm going to do, can we get the camera operator over here? Everything is on, right, on that camera? Go ahead and leave it on, please, from this point forward, and then I will switch it on and off. All right. Is that on? There's a button facing you? No. I don't think any. Hold on. Let me just double check. I can't remember where the button is. I always yeah, you found it. You were right. It's going to recess in and stay in. And then that's going to take a minute to synchronize with the receiver. So we'll give that just a moment. And then we're going to go to the wireless camera. Watch yesterday's video. I talk all about this stuff, guys.
Yep.
Yesterday's video. Thank you. Okay, so wireless camera activate. Oh, it's not activated yet. It's still not activated. Now we're activated. Okay, come on over.
Okay.
Don't be shy. All right, so first thing I need to do, I can't get the RAM. Can you see down here? I can't get the RAM out of here because the heat sink's in the way. I can't get the heat sink off because the fans are in the way.
So probably it would make sense to remove the fans first.
Mitch has got it. Give that man a gold star
Or a go faster sticker. All
or a
right.
cookie.
Yeah.
Do we have any cookies? So to do that, I'm just going to pull on this tab here, and then away, and then the same thing on the other side. Remember this, well, I routed these. See what I did? I routed the cable for cable management under the heatsink.
I can unplug it.
Yeah, would you unplug both of the fans
yeah.
for me? I should have did that. Should have done that first. Did it? Done it? Got it?
I don't want to pull it by the cable.
Yeah, don't pull here. You know what?
Yeah.
Just do it. Want to get it done sometime today, Mitch.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know why Mitch never came back after that show.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to agree with that.
There you go. Okay.
We're going to do the same thing here. Pull, forward and away, forward and away on the other side. Lift it up. And we'll just put it with the other fan.
Now you need a
Now
screwdriver.
I can get this RAM module out. Remember, only one side on this motherboard
Okay.
has the retention levers that open. So I can take this one out. Don't force it. Be gentle. It's coming around the other side. Can I get this one out? Yep. We'll open that up. And then we kind of grab it at both sides. Want to lift. Don't lift up one side too far. Pull straight up. Straight up. This is really stuck in there. Be careful. That was really stiff. But we're okay. Everything's fine. Now I need the red screwdriver.
Okay.
I love this screwdriver. This is, you know, Milwaukee should be paying me money for this. So this screwdriver is $139 on Amazon, and all the tools you see me use on my channel, you can buy them all on Amazon. Even this, see this down here? This Lazy Susan? These are only $39 on Amazon. All the tools you see me use, wire cutters, pliers, all the parts for the build, all from Amazon, including Nutty. Yay! Wait, you telling me I'm adopted? This driver has a lithium-ion battery. I always put a date so I can tell how long I've had the battery. It goes in, twists a quarter turn, and when I use it, it tells me the battery strength. This battery will last me, without a recharge, it will last me about 6 months. Usually I get impatient. Once I get the 2 lights, I'll recharge it. It takes about 15 minutes to recharge it. It's got a clutch. All these numbers up here will auto turn off the screwdriver when it reaches a certain setting. Now, if you're new to building computers, do not use an electric screwdriver. I do this for a living. I want to avoid carpal tunnel syndrome or repetitive stress disorders. And it's an investment for me. You can see it bends as the gun shape. I put a magnet on it, and I put a 6-inch Phillips #2 on it, all sourced from Amazon. This is low speed, high speed, unlocked. Locked means the motor won't spin, and I can use it like a regular screwdriver without damaging the motor. That's it. That's the whole thing.
So when you buy this, you get the screwdriver, 1 battery, and the charger, right? That's all you get.
Well, they also just sell the tool only. So if you
Okay.
see this for like $100, it probably says tool only. Tool only means you do not get the battery or charger. It's, I think, $139 for the kit,
Right.
and it'll come with little stubby
Right.
bits.
Yeah, but this bit was only
This
$12.
bit,
Yeah, it was-
well, I think I got 6 of them for $10.
Okay.
And then you just lift up on the chuck, and it just slides out. And what's good about that is it locks in. So you can see this isn't going anywhere. It doesn't just slide in there. It locks in there. That's why when you put bits in, or when you buy bits, you can even buy drill bits for this. Make sure it's got that little cutout right there on the end of the bit. Not all bits have that. If it doesn't have it, it's going to slide right back out. And so that's where there's like a little little ball in there, like a little ball bearing. When this goes in, it locks.
Then you get to say, "What's up, Chuck?" Okay.
That's right. Please don't upchuck.
Yeah, okay.
Now,
All right.
because I'm going to unscrew, using an electric screwdriver to remove screws is perfectly safe. No problem. It's the putting them back in where you could cross thread and damage the screw or the thread. So what I'm going to do, because these are awfully tight, so I'm going to crank my clutch up higher because I don't want the screwdriver turning off on me because it activates tightening or loosening. So we're going to start right here. See that? See if you can get down. Back up a little. Right there's good. Thank you. And we'll just go a little bit there. little bit there. And then back here. You gonna grab that for me, Mitch?
Oh yeah.
Here we go. This should be it. Does it lift up? Now remember, we got thermal compound under there. Lift it straight up. And then just go ahead and put it on its head so we don't get that thermal compound everywhere.
Right.
And you can see how well we covered it. Now, because we're going to put that heatsink and that CPU back on together, I do not have to remove and reapply the thermal compound. We're going to put it right back on the way it was.
On the new board, yeah.
On the new board. So therefore, where there's thermal compound missing, like if you look right down the middle of the CPU, can you come look at this? You see there's like no thermal compound there? And then if you look on the heatsink, do you see how it's got a missing thermal compound there? I was gonna, I wrongfully assumed that it was all on the heatsink, but since it isn't, I'm still gonna reuse this thermal compound, but I'm gonna get a glove and just cover those bald areas. Should I put some on the back of my head? Let's go ahead and take out the bracket. We're gonna need that. And then you see how these posts stick up? Just pull them right up like that. Oop. Now I have to, I'm going to reset my clutch because I don't want to tighten down with a 14 clutch setting. That would not be good, especially with a system.
And then
with this much money.
do you have to take these off as well?
Those
or no?
do have to come off.
So
So
with
where
your,
Mitch is pointing out here, these little standoffs, do me a favor.
so you need your tool.
There's a set of pliers in a package.
Ah,
They're
that's
designed for the small ones are good. These are made by a company called Engineer out of Japan. I buy these on Amazon. They're pretty expensive. Am I shaking? No, I guess I'm okay. These are really, really well-made tools. So you get what you pay for.
okay.
Oh, it's not these. They're staple. I've never even taken
That one out. It's
any other of them. Any of them. Let's try this one. They're all different sizes. I don't know why this one's upside down. You see the whole peg is down here. So it would hang
that
on the
one.
shelf.
Last week when you used it, just the back just slid up. And
Yeah,
off,
I take the staples out.
Oh, there you go.
I don't, listen, you know what I should do, Mitch? I really should just stick this in the drawer with the rest of the tools. And the reason I keep it in the box is when people go, what is it?
Right.
I don't know what it is.
It's-
But if I look at the package, it says it's a PZ58 from Engineer. So if you went into Amazon or if you look at my Amazon shop, look for the PZ58s if you want these. Now what's special about these, if you look at the head of it, it's designed to grab around a screw. Like let's say you stripped out the head of a screw, this will grab the lip of the head and be able to turn it out. It also has an open area here for gripping, and then this cutaway right here in the middle is what I want. See at the top, the very top, there's a little tiny, see how it's, there's a moon shape there, a little bit of on each side, right up here. That's what I'm gonna use when I come over here, and I don't have to worry about scratching up my bolts. It won't slide around the bolt. And these did not have to be super tight. I just wanted them tight enough that they wouldn't back off when I was taking the screws out of the brackets that we just did. So you see just a little turn, and the rest I do by hand so I don't scuff them up, scratch them up, or round the corners. Keith Howard contributes $5. He says, you're an inspiration to many. I've been watching you for some time. Keep being awesome. Thank you, Keith. Is he talking to me or you?
Of course, me. Yeah.
Nobody does me.
Yeah.
I'm just a word.
Okay, we're gonna need those later.
Yeah, we're gonna need these
later.
My OCD says, put them back.
And this is unique, chat, because normally you have just one, what is it, a retention bar? Am I too technical for you there, Uncle Gary? One retention bar, whereas this one has two. This is the first board I've ever seen that has two that go.
That chip is so big.
Yeah.
And because it sits down into the socket where the pins are to make a connection, if it only had one retention, it would sit tilted. So it's got to be on both sides to give it equal pressure. Intel and AMD both specify a certain amount of nanometers of pressure for the manufacturers must abide for the CPU to make contact into the socket without damaging the socket. You can't have too much pressure and you can't have not enough. The same holds true for heat sinks. Manufacturers are given a Newton meter of pressure or something, I can't remember, of how much pressure to properly alleviate or help alleviate the heat coming off the CPU. So when people like take a piece of glass and they put thermal compound on it and they push it down, glass is a porous material and they're not pushing it down to the pressure specified. They do that to show how thermal compound spreads, but it's not an accurate representation of how thermal compound spreads for a couple of reasons. One, glass is porous. Two, they're not using the specified amount of pressure. And three, when the system turns on, which they never turn it on, the material gets viscous. It starts to be fluid and move. So this concern about air bubbles and stuff, it's all just made up imaginary nonsense that holds no real. This is a result of a lack of education. This is what this is. This is strictly imagination, inventing things because they don't have proper educations in thermodynamics. This whole idea of bubbles having any sort of an effect would only affect anybody who was doing extreme overclocking with liquid nitrogen. You know, for folks like us, it doesn't make a difference. And even when it warms up, it's not an airtight system. So bubbles can, as the fluid moves, as the compound moves, bubbles can move out of the, between the heatsink and the CPU, and bubbles could come in. It's not an airtight system. So the whole thing is solely based on imagination. The reason why people do that is because they lack the proper education. It's not an insult. It's just, if you don't have the education, all you're left with is your imagination. And so if you do that with a piece of glass and you go, look, I knew it, you've proven nothing because it's not an accurate, for all the reasons I said, it's not an accurate way of measuring it.
So do these arms have to be open simultaneously, or can you kind of gently do one and do the next?
Well, you can't open them simultaneously. You're going to start with one. Does one have a number on it? Does it say 1 and 2?
No,
Can you get a close-up of that?
here it says 1, and here it says 1. So they both say 1 with the arrow. So what am I missing?
Well, do they both have a lock? Does one have an unlock?
Oh, yes, it does.
So to unlock, it says, which one? It says 1 with an unlock.
This one.
Then that's the one you start with to
First.
remove it.
Gotcha. Should I do it
Yeah, I want to see you do it.
now? Okay. And this, you have to go gently down and away.
Okay.
Okay. Now the next one?
Yeah.
And this one down and towards. Ooh. Ooh.
There's a lot of pressure, huh?
Yeah. And now I can, yeah. There you go.
Then just grab it with your finger and lift it up. Well done. Look at you. That was a $2,000 CPU when it came out.
This?
Yeah.
You better take it out.
Yeah.
You want a glove? Or otherwise you'll get that all on your hands. Okay.
Yeah.
you
No.
don't- okay.
Just take it.
Okay. Steady now. All right. So now.
So we're going to close this back down.
Yeah.
Leave it right there for
Yeah.
now. Let me find a place to put the CPU where it's.
I think the cover we put in the box. Didn't we?
We better have.
Have, yeah.
So give me just a second. I want to wipe this thermal compound.
Oh, it's on me. Okay.
Yeah, pressure's on, Mitch.
Yeah.
Action.
It's been a long time since I've had to be this interesting. All right. So,
All right, now say it with feeling this time.
okay. It's been a long time since I've had to be this
All right, I
interesting.
want you to
yeah,
say
take
it
two.
like you mean it. Ready?
Yeah, I don't like
Action.
you. I don't like you, Mr. Director. All right.
Hold on a
so-
minute. We're not. I see what the problem is.
Okay. Oh,
Okay, Mitch.
yeah.
I want you to say it with emotion.
Okay.
This time, maybe try acting.
Okay.
And quiet on the set. Lights, camera,
It's been
line.
yeah, it's
It's been a long time since
Zoom in
I've-
on his face.
Oh.
Wait, cut. All right, as he says it, I want to slow zoom on the face.
Yeah, please don't say action. Like Clint Eastwood says, go when you're ready. I much prefer that.
What do you like?
Go when you're ready.
Okay, on your own time. Not action.
It's been a long time since I've had to be this interesting. What's wrong with that take?
Slow down.
Okay.
Do it again. Try and be sincere.
Okay.
The secret to acting is honesty.
Coming
so
from
once you learn how to fake that,
yeah.
and on your time.
It's been a long time since I've had to be this interesting.
Okay, without the laugh. All right,
Yeah,
we're good. And this is why it takes 7 hours to get 3 minutes.
And why I prefer directors who have been actors, and
Whoops.
that you just unplugged the light, and or I'm having a stroke. All right, so
I guess I'm not supposed to step on that.
I prefer directors that have
Actually have experience as directors?
No, that's had some acting experience, even if it's just been, taking a few acting classes versus a director. Here he's telling an actor what to do, and I'm like, I'm not telling you how to direct. Don't tell me how to act. Although I should tell you how to direct.
But that director's going to pick which of the scenes to put in
Right.
the movie. So if you win the Oscar award, that's thanks to the director picking the right scene.
And the editor. Yeah.
But the editor's doing what the director tells him to.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if the director lets you do a half-butt job,
Right.
and that's used, and the movie doesn't do well, and you don't win the award, that's really the director's fault for not pushing you harder.
Yeah.
So I'm going to
Okay.
make sure you get your award.
My hands are shaking. We've got to get
Wait a minute.
we got to get the cover on that thing. Whatchamacallit there. So
Let me get you.
a cookie. All right.
You can have a cookie.
What I
You did a
got.
good job. Bring in the cookie. Are those stale?
Ooh. Yeah. No.
Do you need a glass of milk?
No. No.
It's not good for you.
Yeah. Okay.
Soy milk?
Thin
Silk?
thin Oreos. Okay.
Yeah, you can have twice as many of those.
Okay. We better get the cover on that, since that's an $800 board.
Well,
yeah.
the reason we put the cover back on is to prevent any damage.
Right.
If we get a zoom in on this, there's 2,066 microscopic little, well, I guess they're not microscopic, but they're teeny tiny,
Okay.
super teeny tiny little pins. You'll see they move in one direction on one side and one on the other. And if just one of those pins is out of alignment, you will notice it with the naked eye.
Right.
Because it breaks up the pattern. That doesn't mean that means it's damaged, but it doesn't mean it's damaged where it won't work. As long as it's still hitting the landing, they call it a landing on the bottom of the CPU, a minor little bend is fine. Trying to set those back, you need a very, very fine pick type tool, like a dental pick.
Yep.
And you better be real gentle, because if the slightest movement, and you could make it so much worse, it becomes unrepairable. If the socket is damaged, your warranty is up. That means you caused your own problem. That's not a defect in workmanship or materials.
Okay.
So there's a cover that needs to go on this to protect it. Now, as long as we're not anywhere around it, it's not like, oh boy, we better.
No,
put it
no,
on
we
right
can
now.
take this box
But
and
the
set it
sooner we put it
aside.
on,
Yeah.
then it won't be an issue.
So why don't I?
So you're going to pick up the board. How much do you think that board weighs?
Oh, I'm going to say at least 12 pounds. Yeah.
Sounds about right. Now in here somewhere, I hope. Where did I put it? Uh-oh. Might have to steal the one off of this one.
Okay. It's around. I mean,
It's somewhere. You know, I threw 2 of those out today earlier. It might be in the trash can.
okay.
When
Like
I
you
was
said,
doing
we'll,
the cable management
we'll
on
use the one.
Jack's computer.
we'll use the one off of the new one.
Yeah, just for now.
Yep.
So, but this is why it's important you keep all your stuff together, ladies and gentlemen, so you don't end up in the position I'm in right now. It is
Looking like
critical,
a fool. Looking like a fool. All right, just get
more so than normal.
Okay.
I already have that
Yeah.
natural
Okay.
cool look.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't need to enhance it. Yeah, where did I put that? You know what? When I see the one here, I'll go look in the trash can and see if that's one I put in the trash. I'm going to pick this up and I'm just going to move it away so we don't.
Steady now.
Yeah, it's just another day at the office for me, Mitch.
So this is a brand new. This one.
That is brand spanking new. It's
New.
never been opened. Woo! That's over, with sales tax, over $800. Is there tape on it? Or can we just open it?
I say, No, no tapey. You ready?
Turn it to the camera.
Okay.
Let's see what it looks like. First time opening this box. This is your unboxing experience with Kerry Holzman and Mitch Morrison.
Ooh.
So we got the, oh, it says join the Republic. Well, I definitely didn't throw one away that said join the Republic.
Yeah.
What did I do with it?
It's around. Is it in? I don't know.
I can deal with this offline. I think, I'm sure I put it somewhere where I would find it.
We would not have.
It would not have gone in the trash can.
So.
But it's possible I set it down somewhere.
Might even be in the box.
On this, oh, you're right.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
There it is. It was in the wrong place.
Right, yeah.
Let me show you how that goes on. Let me grab the board
Okay.
again. Close the box for me.
That's heavy.
So the way this goes on, once again, if you follow these, the number 1 and the number 2 now to lock it, it says to push down. You see the lock here? It says push down this side first. And then push down this side second. Keep your hands well away from this area right here. And then the Republic of Gamers, join the Republic, should go on like this. Now I know you guys are thinking that's going to hit, but it's actually just these corners that lock into the corners of this metal bracket. They're not long enough to go far enough down
To damage
But
it.
if you tried to put this in first before you closed it,
Right.
you would damage the pins.
Yes.
This goes on top.
Okay.
I've seen a handful of boards where they go under the socket, which is the worst thing I've ever seen. But luckily, that's not the normal. It's highly unlikely you're going to have one that goes under the socket.
Yeah. You sure you know what you're doing?
Yeah.
You're just saying. Okay. All right.
So what I've
like
done
that.
is I seated these 2 pins here into the side, and then I pushed it back and down.
Beautiful.
And now
Okay.
those pins are protected.
Okay.
All right, now let me put this away. We'll go back to the unboxing here. Come on, muscles.
All right. Take 2. And here we
I'm
go.
going to take 72.
Take 72. So we have a very nice.
What do we got going on in the chat? I've missed some stuff, Mitch.
Okay.
Let's see. That was
Look at that, chat. Ooh. As it slides in the box. That's a.
$800 after sales tax.
Nice.
James D with $10 says, Kerry, thank you for your channel. What do you think of a Sabre Rocket NVMe drive? I've got a review of those on my channel. Just search for Kerry Holzman as one word, space, Sabre, and you'll find those reviews.
I'm holding it like a pizza.
Thank you for your contribution.
We don't need anything else in the box, do we? We got everything.
I just was looking to see if I missed anything. No, I just don't want to confuse the 2 boxes.
Right.
Because the serial number for the board is on the box as well. So what I'm going to do, we don't even need this box. So I want to take this, I want to put this box back
In there?
Yeah. So I will, let's see how I'm going to grab this.
Here. Yeah.
Oh, I see what they did. That side opens and you slide it out. It's like it's got a lip on the sides. Notice the way I hold the board. I'm always going to grab it by heat sinks or I/O shields. I'll grab it by the edge. This is why I don't have to wear an anti-static strap. I'm not holding it anywhere where an electrostatic discharge would dissipate anywhere harmful. All right, go ahead and set that down and close the box, and we'll put this on top. Ooh, you've earned another cookie.
I want to. All right.
Now, look, you see this?
Ah, can I do it?
Yeah, yeah. Well, now you've licked your fingers.
Okay.
That's disgusting. Nobody knows where those fingers are.
Ah.
Very shiny.
Oh, now you fingerprinted it.
No smudgy. No.
All
And,
right.
and there's one here.
Yep. Da 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 da. Give me the dollar.
One quick.
I'm gonna put a dollar.
One quick rip.
Ooh.
Okay.
Wait, you're missing one though. Look here.
Ooh.
You're so excited. Later on, I've got some bubble wrap you can pop.
Okay. Don't tease me. All right.
Okay.
What'll I do with it? Don't say. All right. Okay. Here we go. All right.
Thanks.
All right.
I'll eat this later.
Okay.
Now, we're just going to put it back the way it was at this point when we're going to start with that CPU.
Okay.
Do you remember how to open that?
Yeah.
Do it again. And action. Now do it with feeling this time.
Did I start with 2? No.
What does it say on the What does it say on the bracket?
Unlock this one. Here we go. I can't stand this pressure. All right. Don't want to steady now. As he gleefully laughs.
It's hilarious. He's so nervous. I'm just going to take it out of your check if you break
Yeah,
it. I don't know
okay.
why that's such a big deal.
And this one
Won't hurt me one bit.
Yeah, and this one down and to the left.
They both go towards the CPU socket.
Okay. Now will the cover come off naturally? You got to pop it off.
It'll come off on its own, but either way, it doesn't matter.
Well,
601,
you go. Should I do it?
if you'd like. Go right ahead. Pop it out. Just don't touch the pins. So in my opinion, you
Take
did
care-
that in the worst possible way.
Take care of
You
that.
shouldn't be hammering on
Yeah,
this. You
yeah.
should just gently push it out.
Okay.
See how I got one finger behind it, and I could use my thumb
Okay.
and just pop that sucker right out. Don't, if it lands anywhere out here, it's all plastic, and the piece is plastic. Again, no anti-static concerns. Now, when we go to put the CPU back in, as you see, I've got it here. We want to look for a golden arrow. Now, normally I would just look at where the text is, but I can't see it because I left the thermal
Paste.
compound on it. There's that gold arrow.
There it is.
Nope, it's up at it's right over here. See it?
Yep.
Right where my finger is. And then down here on the socket, there is going to be an arrow. Will you hand me my glasses? I can't see so good without my glasses. There's an arrow somewhere on this board, and I'm looking. Oh, it's right there. So we're gonna match the two arrows together. That arrow goes to that arrow. So this requires an extraordinary education
Yeah.
to do this.
Steady now. That's a very
Now,
expensive.
when I set this down, I want you to be aware that when I set this down properly, it will not touch any of these pins. Okay? If I set it down like that, it's going to hit the pins.
Okay.
But when I set it, if I just start with one corner, then the other corner, and then gently bring it down and let it go, then I just have to adjust it without pushing it down.
right.
It's when it gets pushed down that it makes contacts with the pins. That's what this does.
Okay.
So I can wiggle this left and right,
And
just
it's-
as long as I'm
and
not
it's-
pushing down.
And it's seated. Yep.
Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my rubber glove because Mitch said he wasn't feeling well.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta get this thermal goop off my finger. Remember, we're just putting this
Right.
cooler on temporarily. We have an all-in-one liquid cooler that's going into the build.
360.
I'm going to be reapplying this thermal I'm going to be removing the
Yeah.
thermal compound and reapplying it, or it may already have thermal compound applied on the all-in-one cooler. So if this was going to be done permanently and I wasn't going to take it back off, I would redo the thermal compound.
So it's a 360 radiator is what we're putting on, which is typically 3 fans, right? 3 fans.
It's the biggest all-in-one.
yeah.
It's an IQ, Corsair IQ. I want everything Corsair for the lighting to match.
Okay.
Right? The EK makes a 420, but it won't look right.
Okay.
We're going to miss the aesthetic. So again, because the air cooler we're putting on is temporary, I'm just going to fill that gap. Take some from the edge and move it over.
So then there's no need to.
No, we'll do it there too.
Okay. And that's all, that you just kind of filled in the line that was
By
there.
making it by making it tacky like this, there's little hills and valleys that are going to flatten out and fill in gaps. But between what's on there and what's on there, normally you only put it on one or the other.
Right.
This is an exception because we have to redo it.
Right.
And well, I could completely clean this. It's pointless and a waste of thermal compound and a waste of Q-tips and isopropyl alcohol because we're just taking it back off.
Give me the glove. No wisecracks now. All right.
Want to save that? You want me to autograph that for
No.
you? Okay, that's on. Now we can put the brackets. Where do we
Oh,
put
yeah.
the screws?
Yep, right there.
The screws, the CPU socket on an Intel 2066 is already a backplate, so you don't have to use a backplate. It's one of the easiest, no matter what third-party cooler you use. Oh, look, you got thermal compound there and there. Isn't that amazing how that happens? How did that happen?
You did that deliberately.
Damn right.
Yeah. And then they can't see, but one side's stubby and one side's long. So what are you putting the long one?
One has a coarse thread and one has a fine thread. You cannot get it wrong. Also, on this piece,
I got to clean my
yeah,
hands.
go right ahead. On this piece, you'll see that it's tapered on one side. So this short side here is going down towards the CPU, and this long skinny side faces up for the CPU bracket that we're going to put on next. Okay, make sure you do that over the dishes so I can taste it later.
I didn't mute my mic. Sorry, chap. All right.
Well, if the mic filter's doing its job, they wouldn't have heard this thing.
Nasty stuff. Gets everywhere. All right.
I'm just going to tweak these down just a little bit like they were. I'm going to take it about 1/8 of a turn. I don't want to slip. Alrighty. Now we're done with these. Can you imagine working with me and I have to put everything back in its package? How many of you would just be like, I quit?
And how do the parentheses go again? Smile up, smile down.
Well,
Let me
I
show.
do believe it's going to go like this. We want to go at the very end because this is a large socket. The question is, do they go this way or do they go this way? And depends on how we want to put the cooler on. So if I want the cooler with the fans going, I want the fans going this way, I got to look and see where are the screws, right? So that's going to go on with the screw vertical. If I did it the other way, then this would have to go on this way, and then the fans would be blowing.
Right.
Right, so I've got it correct. I put these little thumb screws on. You almost got fired.
Yeah.
Again.
I want to put one on.
Okay.
No. Okay, that one.
Take a deep breath. Try to avoid touching the socket here. There you go.
Finger tight.
That's fine. We're going to get a screwdriver. We just need to start it primarily. And then
You better do it.
grab me the scythe driver.
Yeah. Boy, you got a lot of those.
Yeah,
in
you
here.
want to take one home?
Yeah. I have 3 already. All
You want
right.
4?
Yeah. Opposite corners. No, it doesn't matter.
No, on these.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
These aren't
yeah.
connected.
Right.
So there's
Just testing.
every time
Just
you do it
testing
is an
you.
opposite corner.
Just testing. All right.
I don't like your tests.
Yeah.
I didn't even bring a pencil.
I didn't study.
These don't have to be super.
Right. Just till it stops, and maybe a smidge.
Smidge.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a little midge.
And
A little
now,
midge tighter.
now the cooler.
Now, the cooler can go on this like this or like this. Now, it works equally.
Yeah, because we've got
However,
cutouts on both.
If you look on the top of the cooler, it says Noctua. Is it Noctua? Noctua?
Okay, so then how do you want that?
So I want those words so that when the motherboard's sitting in the case, the words run down instead of the words running up.
Okay.
So I would put it on. Oh, I take that back. The words are running across. So when this is sitting upright, this will be the top and it's going to be vertical. If I put it on the other way, the words will be upside down. If I put it on this way, then the words will be right side up. It's a little detail. It makes no difference in the performance. It's just an aesthetic. And because so much of this computer build is all about its looks, that's when details like that matter.
Are you going to use the electric on that?
No,
or-
I'm going to use the side
Side,
again,
yeah.
please. Oh, you know what? I should probably put some RAM in this thing before we lock it down. Let me take this off for a second because this is going to restrict access to the RAM.
Okay.
So I'm going to put the 2 RAM modules back in, and we have 2 more that we'll add later. We'll open these retention levers up. I think
Was it one, I forget, chat. Was it 1A and 2A and
it was all the 2s.
2A, 2B? Yeah.
I think it's the one away from the chip. Darn it, I can't remember. That's DIMM D1. I think it goes in the 2s.
2s.
So it'll be the one closest to the chip. I'm sure the chat room will correct me. Now look, it's going to work just fine either way.
But you won't get the speed.
No, you will.
Okay.
I think there's some possible interference that might happen, or I'm not exactly sure. There's a preferential way to do it, but you can do it completely wrong and it's still going to work fine. So I want to do it the way the manufacturer advises, which is going to be the same on both sides. Only goes in one way, Carrie. And then we're going to skip a socket later on and we'll add the next 2. One
Okay.
here, one here. Now somewhere down on the bottom, yeah, that's DIMM A2. So if we skip one, then it'll be B2, and this would be C2, and then this should be D2. I think that's right. Besides, these will be the hardest ones to get in once the cooler's on.
So are you planning on filling them all? Once
Well,
you get
this is
it, or-
128 gigs of
Oh,
RAM.
right there.
Well,
Okay.
these are 32 apiece, so that's
Okay.
64.
Right.
I've got 2 more matching, that's 128.
8.
They're $719.
Yep.
So if I order another one, that'll be $1,500 in
Yeah.
RAM after tax. It's more than $1,500, and it'll max me out to 256 gigs of RAM. I am considering that, but we got to get this thing up and running first.
Yep.
I don't want to load it all the way up and then find out I got a RAM problem and have to diagnose 8 sticks of RAM. That's going to take forever. So I do things at a minimum to reduce, if anything's not working, to reduce diagnostic time. So I'll get that one started. I'll get this one started. Remember, this is only on here temporarily. Now the RAM will be super easy to remove and add once the water block is put on and it's in the case. Because these are all used parts, or they were until I had to get this motherboard, I want to make sure they work outside of the case. If they were brand new parts, I would have just built it in the case. Because quality control these days is, it's pretty darn good. That one's all the way down. Now, when these come to a complete stop, you just can't turn them anymore, which I appreciate. And you see I go back and forth so that it doesn't tilt to one side or the other. Now I'm going to run these fans back exactly the way they were. This side with the label that doesn't spin, that's the direction of airflow coming out. So we're going to run this back under there. If you'll take that for me, please. this down. Bring it right about, that looks good. Pull this lever back. I'm going to pull it on the same side. And I want to make sure that looks pretty even. Once again, if it's tilted, it doesn't affect the cooling performance at all. This is all about looks.
Okay.
It is tilted. You see the holes? This has to come down
A skosh.
a smidge.
Smidge.
See the hole there and the hole there? Doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's going to cool the same. But I just want it to look, I want those little details on a build that I do, even if it's a $20 build, which there's no such thing. I want to do the best job I can do. And the CPU fans, we're going to use both of the headers that are on this motherboard. Way down here, there's a little raised area so you know which pins to put it on and which direction to put it on.
You can't see that even with your glasses.
It's a matter, I can see it fine. I can't get my hands in there.
Ah.
And I got little tiny
Yeah.
baby hands.
Yeah.
All right.
And then, yeah, where do you thread that one? Same thing?
Yeah, I'm going to
through?
do the same thing just to keep our cable management looking pretty.
Okay.
I'm going to feed that through. Can you grab it for me? Would you grab it for me? Yeah, not so easy, is it? Uh-huh. But you wish you had baby hands.
Yeah.
Now, who's jealous? So I'll put that one on, same way. Kind of has, it'll sit kind of like that, but that's not on all the way. I got to take it all the way back, and it rests into the spaces between the radiator. Let me spin this, let it go, please. We'll bring it around here, take a look, see that it's, I can't get this any, we're going to hit the RAM if I go too much lower, watch. If I start bringing this down, it's going to hit any RAM. You see here?
And that's nice
It's going to
RGB.
hit the RAM
Yeah.
here.
And that's nice RGB RAM.
Well, you won't be able to see it either. So for right now, I'm gonna raise it up a little bit because it is not gonna make any difference in the cooling. As long as 75% of this fan is blowing through this radiator, your cooling isn't going to be affected by lowering it. But you do see that it covers up the RGB RAM, and that's why I wanted to go with a liquid cooler. But I don't want to set a liquid cooler up out of the case. It's just too easy to knock it over and damage it. So we'll run that for now. And besides, I'm kind of curious how well this cools. So we'll run Prime 95 on this.
You got to plug the fan in, though.
Oh yeah, let's plug the fan in. Thank you for keeping me honest. Are we hung up on something?
That's kind of what I wondered. Yeah. Are we?
I remember we did this last time and we were,
Have you got enough?
you don't think I got enough black there?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, there's enough. Will you give me, oh no, never mind. I just need to change my perspective, Mitchell. It's just long enough. You don't want to put too much stress on these cables. Oh, that's where it was hung up.
Oh,
Hung up
okay.
right there. Okay. You see how well that's going to look under there? So we have a nice clean cable management, even though it's coming off anyway. All right, in the drawer, there's a power. Oh, you know what? I don't need it. We have a power button here. I'm used to that. I need a graphics card, don't I?
Oh, that's right.
Well, let's hook up the power supply. That's
Okay.
a Seasonic 1300 watt power supply I bought, returned at a significant discount. It's very expensive. Now, usually you'll see me use EVGA power supplies. Nothing wrong with Seasonics except the price. So, because we're spending all the big bucks here, let me turn this so the camera can see what we're doing. Come around. We'll get that big 24-pin connector with the clip on the outside. Don't fight the cable. Sometimes they get all twisted up, make your life difficult. We're going to line that up. Should slide in easy. Then push down. Locks in. Now we've got two more here. This is for powering a graphics card. It says CPU on it. There's two 4-pins. We hold them together. On some power supplies, they will click together, which makes life easier. Oddly, you see how this clip is on the outside? These two, the clip is on the inside. That's sort of a stupid design.
Unique.
It's just not well thought out. Clips, in my opinion, should always face the outside edge of the board to make it easier to get your fingers in there to unlatch it later. Because you will eventually, one day, more than likely, if you build your own computer, you'll be changing something or upgrading something or replacing something, and you may have to take these off. That, depending on the case you've got, may be quite difficult. We're going to put both of those on. Thank you, Mitch. They only fit one way, and they go in real easy when you do it right. And then we push down. Hopefully hear a click. If you don't hear the click, just lift up on it. If it comes out, it wasn't in all the way.
We need a graphics card.
Don't be so graphic, Mitch.
Okay.
All right, let's grab a GPU.
What did we use last week? A 2080?
No, I just
A
used
1650?
yeah, something that didn't require power.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
What did I do with it?
It got power from the slot, right?
Yeah, the slot can provide 75 watts of power.
Ah.
Got the power. Yeah, we've got a Gigabyte branded 1050. I think this is what this is. This is a great card for testing, unless you're testing a power supply. And you always want to use the topmost slot. And then we're going to open that retention lever. And then we want to bring the board to the edge because there's a little lip on this that's got to just bring the board to the edge there.
Gotcha.
So when I slide this in, this is a tight fit. That is definitely not in.
Some light.
I can't see anything.
You can now.
Yes, that helps. No, leave it right where it is. Yep.
There.
Okay. You notice I'm very gentle with it. As I feel it start to seat, then I use pressure. Only then. Now, I can start plugging some stuff into the back of this. So for right now, I'm going to, here, give me that, please. Let's bring this over here. Make sure the switch is in the off position, which is what, 0 or 1?
0.
Correct. And we need to plug an HDMI cable in. So I've got one of those right down here.
What was that movie, Zero to Hero? Was that The Mask? I forget.
Thinking Less Than Zero.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
horrible
Yeah.
movie with Robert Downey Jr. addicted to drugs. Not to be confused with the real life.
Right.
And we need a keyboard and a mouse.
Okay.
So I've got that over here. Inside of the mouse is the compartment for the dongle. And we're going to plug that into any USB port. Doesn't matter. I don't want any internet connection or printers or flash drives. We just want the bare minimum. I need to give the power supply power now. You notice
Smoke
when I'm
test
doing
coming
this
up.
right. Yeah, computers, they run on smoke. And if you let the smoke out, oh, look, I think there's some, anywhere there's a corporate logo, they usually put irritating plastic. Now, it bothers me because this plastic yellows relatively soon and your power supply will look awful. And then when you sell it, the next guy will peel this off and his power supply is going to look brand new. So it's always good for the next guy if you leave your plastic on. Me, I want to enjoy it because I'm the original purchaser.
I already took it off just to drive you crazy. Just kidding. All right.
Sometimes they're a little hard to get started. Oh, I can tell if it's been on.
There you go.
Like if I peeled off Mitch's,
Yeah.
he would look 20 years younger. He'd look like brand new again. Thank you, Mitch.
All right.
All right. Power on. Things are starting to light up.
Up.
This little see the screen up here?
Ah.
Thank you, anonymous camera person.
Now you want to put us in the corner?
Well, first I'm going to go to camera 1. Okay, wireless camera's off. And just leave it on, but, you know, imagine how much your arm's going to feel after all that. That was a long time to be holding the camera.
Welcome to the gun show. All right.
That's right. 648 people watching live. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We're just about ready
For the
to
smoke
fire
test.
this
Yeah.
up.
Very exciting.
B says in the manual it's recommending A1, B1, C1, and D1, and I put it in A2, B2, C2, and D2, didn't I? But it's still going to work. So, remind me of that. Actually, I only put it in.
We just want to make sure the board.
Yeah, we want to make sure it's board. That's more of an optimization than a requirement. And since the heat sink's coming off later,
right.
I appreciate the information and we'll correct it later. And you can see there's like a little glowing rainbow light on this side coming out underneath the board because they can't really see it too well. Okay, I'm going to put us in the corner so we can see if we get a USB error. If we still get the USB error, that means I bought a bad CPU. This may not fix the problem. That's why I didn't want to send that back ahead of time.
Gotcha.
It's pretty rare to ever get a bad CPU. You want to hit the start button for me, Mitch?
What do you think, Chad? Yeah.
Place your bets. Is it going to boot this time without?
How come we don't have a no signal though?
Oh, because I didn't turn it on. Good point. Okay, HDMI input is on now. See, this is how Mitch earns his keep. Hold on, let me make sure the cable's plugged in all the way this time. Card is seated. Keyboard and mouse are in. Yeah, I'd say let's do it. Do you see which one says start? Chris Johnson contributes $10. He says, I look forward to the Friday builds, and with each build, my confidence to build my own grows. Thank you, Kerry and Mitch. Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Thanks for the $10.
Drum roll.
Can you see the difference? One's a reset, one's a start.
Not that old. All right, here we go. You ready?
What? I couldn't.
Yeah. Now?
Hold on. Let me get in the proper first boot up procedure.
Stand back. Okay. Now? Okay.
Do it. Do it. Ow.
Fan spin.
Fan spin.
Spin. Yeah. One fan.
This first boot up can take up to 2 minutes.
So patience. Yeah. No touchy. All right.
No touch. It's like Mitch said.
Yeah.
Ooh, look, it's booting up.
You know, that's very bad for neon. Neon. Yeah.
Who?
Yeah. Neon. Neo. No.
It's under warranty.
Yeah. Okay.
I know a guy that can fix it.
Okay.
This is taking a long time. Did you break it?
No. What are the odds, though, of the CPU? In your 30 years,
I've only seen about 6 bad CPUs. And three or four, most of them were AMD, like Athlons, where they didn't have a heat spreader back in the day. Athlon XPs. And if the little plastic clip broke off, and the customer wouldn't know, what would happen is the CPU would get so hot it would crack. Well, this is a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah, a little disappointing.
Mitch, how does it feel to be the adult person in the team? Well, if by that you mean the oldest.
Yeah. And certainly it's age before beauty. And I got both of those. All right. So, all right.
Come on.
Is there anything that you
What
have?
does this say?
Oh.
Detect memory it's not getting past detect memory. So maybe it has to be in
those
A2 and B2.
B2. Do we have to take the whole thing off to get the?
I can get it.
With your little fingers?
I got baby hands.
Okay, I'll be.
I mean, it still says detect memory. It might be training it. So
It's a lot of memory.
yeah, I mean that's just 64 gigs. We still have 2 more matching. That's why you only put 2 in instead of 4.
Yeah. Well, and if you say it can take up to 2 or 3 minutes, it hasn't been that.
It feels
yet,
like
but-
it's been forever.
Yeah. Well,
This is a super fast computer once it starts.
Yeah.
All right. So right down here it says detect memory on the screen. I suspect it's probably because we're not in the right sockets. Normally that doesn't matter. Maybe on a build this high end it matters. I don't know. I guess this is as good as mine. It should have given us something by now.
Right.
So I'm going to cut power here at the CPU.
Okay.
And let's see. Do me a favor, Mitch. Click on other mouse. Go to where it says camera 1. Just click once on camera 1. Not on the eyeball.
No. Lock? No.
Where it says camera 1.
Yeah. Click once.
Click on it so it highlights it. And you'll see a red box right up here.
Uh-huh.
Now I want you to hit Control F.
Right now?
Not on that keyboard. Yeah.
And this one?
Control F.
Now?
Yes, please. There we go. I just want people to see what I'm about to do. This is pretty pretty easy. You don't need to.
Okay.
We're fine. We're gonna just pop this one out
'Cause it's
there's only one release lever here.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna carefully lift it out. It'd make my life easier if I took this graphics card out of my way.
Live dangerous.
It's only $800 worth
worth
of
of
memory
RAM,
going
yeah.
into an $800
Yeah, you need a light.
motherboard. It's just, I always struggle with this side. If I wish they had latches, but if they had a latch, it wouldn't be able to open
Right.
because it would hit the graphics card. Okay, I'm gonna have to take the graphics card out. It appears that is awfully tight.
Uncle Carrie's tool?
Yeah, it's in that drawer.
Yeah.
With the help of AC's drafting and a friend of mine with a 3D printer, I created, well, together we all created
Yeah.
this prototype graphics card removal tool that allows me to slide down in this narrow gap and hit the plastic
Lever.
release mechanism.
Lever.
Where is it? Right there.
Can you see it?
Barely. In there. So even though things can fit tight, it's important that you don't
Force.
use too much force. You gotta use a little bit, but not too much. Sometimes you have to sort of wiggle the card while gently pulling up, and then the lever will move. Otherwise, just trying to move the lever without wiggling the card, you'll just be there forever. So with that, I should now have, oh, take that, please. I should now be able to pull this out much better. We're not. Okay. And we'll put this in the next one over. What did it say it wanted it in? A1 and B1?
Bueller?
Well, it was,
Yeah.
before it was in one or the other. I can't remember
Yeah.
when we just took them out. They weren't at the edges.
Okay.
They were on the inside. I just couldn't remember if it was the first one or the second one. Now this one's going to hit the fan. Hopefully not, metaphorically speaking.
Yeah, better than something else hitting the fan. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, there it goes. Want to talk about doing it the hard way? There's no possible way I could have done this anymore. Just take this off, Carrie.
And I'll hold it, yeah.
Well, the RAM is going to fall down here as soon as I release this. Go ahead and lift up on the fan for me.
I got it.
Thank you. Just go ahead and lift it up. Thanks. Make sure that's aligned. There we go. Put this back on. Extra set of hands is always good. Extra set of blisters. Does that look about level to you?
No,
Which side's higher?
this one.
This side's higher?
Yep.
How about now?
Yeah,
Better?
yeah.
Now I can put the graphics card back in. We'll just slide that back as a slot.
Like,
Aziz? I need this board at the edge of the cardboard because, again, there's a
Yeah.
lip here. And it's got to go alongside the edge.
no,
What do you mean, no?
you're on the, there.
Man, I can't see nothing. All right. How do you feel this time? You feel lucky, punk? Well, do you?
It's going to work now.
Oh, you know for a fact?
Yeah. What do you think, chat? Drum roll.
It's
Can
only like
put us in the corner.
$4,000
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, put us in the corner. Are you ready?
Let's do this. 3, 2, 1, go.
Fan spin. Spin. No touchy.
Memory codes are coming up good on the screen here. CPU codes are coming up good on the screen. It's got the ROG logo just lit up.
It turned itself off. Now
Good,
back
good.
on.
That's a good sign. Memory codes starting up again. And we should get a boot screen. Still diagnosing CPU, still training the memory. I like this little update screen here.
Yeah.
CPU codes. And then at any point now we should see something happen. Oh, I hear the fan slow down.
That's good, right?
VGA codes are coming in now.
Yes. High five, low five in your case. All right. Okay. Perfect. All right. Yeah.
Okay, let's do full screen so Mitch and I can see. And it says new CPU install. Press F1. I will. Hey, I hit F1. Here we go. Hey, this one's doing something.
This might have a newer BIOS. Just kidding. All right.
Well, let's hope so.
Yeah.
If we ever get the BIOS screen.
Yeah.
There it is. I'm just gonna, let's see, click okie dokie artichoke. We're gonna go over here to find out what we have. It says it's Saturday, 7/31/2021. See, that's brand new out of the box. You don't have to change this, even though it's off by a few hours.
Right.
It's off by about 25 hours. It will, 28 hours. It will automatically fix itself. Windows will do that. You can turn the motherboard lights on and off if they bother you.
Wasn't it? It was BIOS 4.1, and last week we upgraded it to 4.2.
Not on, no, that was on the
Was that-
ASRock board.
Was that a different board?
It was
Yeah.
an ASRock.
Ah,
This is an ASUS.
that was the
ROG
one you did.
Rampage
Yes, the one you did yesterday.
Yeah, exactly.
Without me. All right.
Did it without you.
Okay.
That's why it got done.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, if we look to see what version of BIOS we have currently, it
Okay.
should be here somewhere. Do you see it? See anything about a version of a BIOS anywhere in here?
Block voltage
Nothing. Let's go over to
advanced.
main. Here we go. 0901 from about a year ago.
Ah. Okay.
See if we go to tool. Do they have an internet update? ASUS Easy Flash Utility. Via
Internet.
All right, so to do this, I have to plug the internet in. So I'm going to grab my Ethernet cable.
So then no flash drive. This should get it right from their server.
It still may ask for a blank flash drive.
Okay.
That's a 10 gigabit internet port, Ethernet port,
How do you know?
because it says 10 GB on it.
No. So you
Do
can't.
you have any idea how much it'll cost to get a 10 GB switch?
Yeah.
10 GB.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Yeah. But that boy, that's fast.
Well,
Yeah.
but my internet's still just 1 GB,
Right.
so
So.
I guess I can be preparing for 6 years from now.
Okay. Now we click next.
So via internet,
Internet.
and then next, updating the BIOS, blah, 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 blah. You get it? Right?
If you say
Yes.
so. All right.
Right.
Okay.
So I click on the yes. Now watch.
And it's going to get it.
Well, I mean, I don't know what it's doing right now. It's rebooting for some reason. And I can see there's a code readout up here, which we'll get a close-up of a little bit.
Okay.
But just not right now. We'll
Yep.
get back to that. We've shown it last
Yep.
week anyway.
Yeah. That's nice that it has that little screen.
Hey, for
You gotta-
$750,
Yeah.
I expected to do my dishes.
Yeah, and yodel. All right. So.
I don't want it to yodel.
Ricola. All right.
I would definitely want my money back if it yodeled. I would
Okay.
consider
All right.
that a bug and not a feature.
Okay.
All right, so select the BIOS update methods. I didn't read the screen. Let's do it again. Via internet, next. DHCP, yes, it means it's gonna, it should just say auto, because people
Right.
don't know what
No.
DHCP is. So it's gonna select an IP address. It's gonna request permission from your router to assign it on your network. Now, sometimes it may say connection failed,
But do it one more time.
so do it again, because it may be that I was too impatient. Exit Easy Flash 3, and we're going to go right back into Easy Flash, which is under Tool. Easy Flash 3. Update over the internet. Click Next, and Next. See if it gets an IP. BIOS version is already up to date.
Huh, with a year,
Well,
with a year
I
old.
don't believe that. So 0901.
Gotcha.
All right, well, let's take a look.
Go to Google.
Yeah, we're going to Google that. What am I doing? Wrong keyboard.
Yeah.
Okay, let's bring up the browser. We'll type in ASUS Rampage. Wrong keyboard again. Why do I keep doing this? Get this out of my face.
Yes, sir.
ASUS Rampage
6. Extreme Encore.
Extreme Encore BIOS. First page that comes up, ASUS. Let's show everybody. Oh, we're getting the blank screen again, Mitch.
Yeah.
See if we can just go to the support page and that'll work, maybe. And let's see if we can show this to everybody. Window capture. Properties. Okay.
BIOS firmware. Down below.
Drivers and tools. BIOS and firmware. 1004. So it lied. It lied. Such lies.
So go get it.
I don't use the Intel management engine. You have to have them. This is like once you have Windows installed, if you're using the Intel management engine, which I don't use, this kind of updates the driver. So I don't know why this is not a BIOS. This is a firmware for the Intel management engine, which I don't use anyway. So even if I had management engine, I'd have to have the driver enabled. All I want is the BIOS. We see it's BIOS version 1004. I'm going to download that. I'm going to extract it. Extract all. And I do not have to rename the BIOS. It's only if you're going to do the BIOS flash drive. So now I'm going to place the BIOS flash drive onto the streaming computer.
Did you empty that one?
Well, I'm going to check now. I did not empty it, so I'm emptying it now.
Okay.
And then I will grab the CAP file, CAP file that ASUS requires on this level of board. It's a pretty sizable file.
Okay.
It's 16 megs. Then we're going to close all these windows that I don't think anybody could see those windows, but we're back here at the screen.
Yep.
And then I'm going to take you guys back to camera 1. Look at me. It's almost like I knew what I was doing. Now I'm going to plug this in here. We're going to give that a second to initialize, to handshake. Then I'm going to go back to HDMI input. We're back to our screen here.
But you need this keyboard.
I will need that keyboard. So let's go full screen for Mitch and I. And because it lied to us, we're going to do it by hand. So with the flash drive plugged in, we're going to start over. Hit exit. We'll leave the Easy Flash utility. And we'll go back to Tool, back to Easy Flash again. This time, I'm going to do it via the storage method.
Storage. Okay.
Next. You see it already sees it?
Okay.
Because that's the only
Yep.
drive we've got installed. Let's read it. Do you really want to? Yes, I really do. And we're off to the races.
Be patient.
Yeah, this will take a few. That's all there is to it. Let's see what we're missing in the chat room here. Tony Walla with $4.99. He's asking if we use A1, B1, C1, D1. It doesn't matter at this point.
Okay.
I think we're in A1 and B1. C1 and D1 are at the edges of the board. And A1, A2, B1, and B2 are the two first ones on each side of the closest to the CPU. But we're going to put 4 sticks in, so that won't matter. And we're going to do that later on. So just for testing, remember, guys, this is not the final build. This just gets us to a point where we know we can move forward. The reason you do that is for quad channel performance.
Okay.
It simply should work pretty much anywhere you put the RAM. It should. It just won't work in this higher performance mode. Now, if you're not accustomed to using machines of this power, of this caliber, you're not going to know the difference if you're in performance or not. It's just going to be way faster than anything you've ever used. Thank you, Tony. We'll follow back up with that when we actually go to install it, put the water block on. That's when we're going to reapply thermal compound again, and we're going to clean all that back up. So let's see. Someone in the chat wants us to enable XMP. You'd be extraordinarily, it would be very unwise to turn on performance when we don't even know the thing works at regular speed. Basically, you're putting the cart before the horse and you're asking for trouble. Be patient. I have 4 sticks of RAM, I'm only putting in 2. If there's a problem, I have less to diagnose. If I turn on XMP and there's any incompatibility because it's a new board that I haven't verified is working correctly, and I introduce a problem that I self-created, now I don't know what the problem is. So you always start with the bare minimum. XMP will be one of the very last things after Windows 10 is installed, after we benchmark it and test it. Then, and only then, is one of the final steps just before cable management. You would turn on XMP and run some more tests to see if it crashes. If it crashes, you have incompatible RAM, just turn it off. Most people will never see a difference in XMP on an Intel system.
Bob Connors with $5.
Hey, thank you, Bob. Richard Angeline with $5. He says, here's $5 for love of the show. Yo, Mitch, he says.
Yo, right back at you.
Yo, yo. Look at that. We're still updating.
It's a little pokey compared to other BIOS.
It's a huge BIOS.
Oh.
It's very complicated.
Okay.
Very complex.
That's funny that the website lied. You know,
The website didn't lie. The website told the truth.
Oh.
The onboard internet check, I've seen it lie before. That's
Okay.
why if it tells me I'm up to date, I always get a second opinion.
Here we go.
Bob Connors said I messed up. What I should have said is I just purchased you an Amazon gift card.
Ooh.
Now you see we haven't been touching this. Well, they can't see us.
Okay.
But I haven't touched anything. The BIOS, rather the motherboard is restarting itself, and the BIOS update is now applying. Remember, keep your hands off everything. It'll either boot back into Windows when you
If you have
when it's
Windows,
done.
yeah.
If you have Windows, we don't even have a storage device installed on this. We're going to have to put. Geez, did I put a storage device in? I better check that before I send the other one back. You notice it says on the screen right now.
I don't think we put a storage.
I might have when I was testing.
Oh, when you were testing. Okay.
You notice what it says? BIOS is updating LED firmware. Do not shut down or reset the system. So just because the system booted again
Right.
or rebooted doesn't mean it's done.
Okay. Yeah.
So it will either take you back into the BIOS or load you back into Windows if you had Windows on it, or it'll say no bootable device found. One of those 3 things will occur when the BIOS update is finished. Sometimes it'll take you back into the BIOS and say your BIOS update is finished. Most of the time, depends on the model of the board and the manufacturer. Most of the time, they just restart back to a normal startup when it's done. So we'll let this reboot as many times as it wants to. As I mentioned, this is a complicated board. Now you'll see it's booted. It recognizes 64 gigs of RAM. It recognizes our Core i9-9980 CPU.
And the new BIOS.
And it says press enter to recover BIOS setting. So we'll hit enter. Or F1 to run setup is really what I want. And now we need to load optimized defaults. So you'll notice the screen stays blank here for a moment. It's a big BIOS it's loading compared to the stuff you're used to working at.
Okay.
Load optimized defaults. Enter. Are you sure? Yes. It's going to take a minute. Then we go to save changes and reset. Enter. Enter. Now, you notice how much time passes from when I hit a key to when it responds. This is a high-end system and it's very, very complex. So when it is up and running, it's going to be super fast. But when you're in the BIOS, because of the size of things, the complexity of it, the number of variables and options, it does take a minute to save all of these settings. There's a lot more settings it's saving. And
Well,
now-
it's nice to know that it was not the CPU.
Yeah, we
yeah.
know that. So that CPU set me back about $780, which is still a good $500 savings off the
Okay.
current price. It was $2,000 when it was introduced. But it's been long enough, it's been out long enough that the price has come down. Okay, so now we're back in the BIOS so we can check and see what BIOS version we've got to verify we have the new BIOS. It's under main, I think. Yeah, 1004 and March 19th, 2021. Everything looks fantastic now.
Okay.
So let me go back to camera 1. Blackwatch with $1.99 Canadian. Hey, thank you, Blackwatch. Hit that power button on the board for me. Just tap it and release it. It should just cycle down. Okay. Now, here's the thing. I want to put an 8 terabyte Sabrent NVMe drive in here.
Okay.
But they're $1,300. I can't find any returned.
Okay.
I've seen them for 11. Sometimes they're either $13.99 or $12.99, or they're $12.99 and then they go to 11. You know what? I could probably go to camel.com and I can see the history of the pricing. But it's like $1,200 plus tax or $1,300 plus tax. I can't remember. And I was really, really hoping that I could find one at a discount, even if it was $100. Like this RAM I bought was $100 off.
Okay.
And it's got a lifetime warranty from G.SKILL. What is that, G.SKILL? Oh, Trident. It's got a, yeah, G.SKILL Trident Z. It's got a lifetime warranty from them. So to put an M.2 drive in this, it's kind of hidden underneath this panel here. I might have to take the graphics card back out. Let me step back around and take a quick look at it. Here's the thing. I found a used Samsung, I found a returned Samsung
8 terabyte, 2 terabyte.
2 terabyte 970 Evo Pro. Is it Pro plus Evo Plus?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the one I use all the time. It was $208. Now, you know, these Samsung drives, back in December or January, they went down to $249.99 on Amazon. And I told you guys this was a great price because they have been going, the suggested retail on those at the time was $299, but they were selling for $349 and then $339 or $329 and then back to $339. It was just continuously, again, you can go to camel.com and if you look up the part number on Amazon, you can see its price history. And when it dropped to $249, I said, you guys should buy this. It's a great deal. Ever since then, it went back up to $349 until this week. Now it's down to $289. That's the lowest price it's been in about 3 months. But then I found somebody returned one, and it was $208. I said,
Yeah.
with free return if it doesn't work, so no
For
risk.
2 terabytes of super fast storage.
Yeah, I mean, it's not PCIe 4, but we don't have that on the board anyway. I just have to find it, Mitch. I know I have it. Where did I put it? Did you take it home, Mitch?
No, and you don't think it's here in
I found it.
by the RAM in that box right
I
there?
found it.
Oh, okay.
This is a returned product. I've never so much as cut the tape on the box. There's really nothing to break on this. I mean, it's going to work or it's not going to work. If it doesn't work, I send it back to Amazon for free. I get my money back. Maybe I did cut the tape on this. See the sticker?
Maybe it's on the other board because you used it for testing.
You might be right. Let's see.
Always. Okay. Ooh.
$208 plus
Mitchy,
tax.
Mitchy likey.
Yeah?
Let me get the drool.
I
Okay.
put 2 of these. Remember the black helicopter case?
Right.
2 of these bad boys in the black helicopter case.
Okay. No use opening it because you don't know whether you got to take the.
Oh, look, somebody wrapped it.
Ah.
That doesn't normally come with wrapping.
Does it have the instructions?
Let's see. Somebody wrapped the instructions.
Instructions.
I guess they wanted to make sure the instructions didn't get
Right.
an electrostatic discharge.
Right. Okay.
Remember where I put that in case I
Yeah.
need to send it back.
What do you need the instructions for?
I just want to take it. This really bugs me.
Oh.
This is not how it comes from the
Right.
factory. let's see. Oh, let's go there. Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be, right there. You can have that. Now this, I don't know why let me show it. I don't know why they did this, but they wrapped this in this anti-static pink bag. And the little holder that Samsung ships them in is an anti-static holder. That's why Samsung doesn't wrap them. And this can cause a problem. I suspect this was done by an Amazon employee, but who knows? Maybe the person who sold, or who had it last did this. See, I'm having a real hard time getting the tape off. You want to be careful. You don't want to damage.
Sarge Tech says, I always call them gumstick drives.
Yeah. Gee, I wonder where you heard that before.
2 terabytes. Nice.
This is the front of the drive. This will be the side that faces up.
Yep.
When we install it.
Sweet.
All right, let's hope this works. Everything's used. Remember, lightly used. Now I can set it back in this tray. This is an anti-static tray.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on the board, to get the M.2 slots are hidden on this.
So you may have to remove, maybe.
Well, I'm going to need that black screwdriver. I'm going to cut the power to the power supply, and I'm going to pull the cable because I'm overly cautious.
Okay.
I'm going to pull the HDMI. I'm going to pull the network cable, and this flash drive we're done with. Remind me to erase that later. I need to pull the graphics card.
Oh.
I'm going to need the graphics card removal tool, please. We're going to take this out again. This is why it's so handy to have a graphics card for testing that doesn't require. Just set that anywhere, Mitch.
I broke it. All right.
Well,
Take
it's
it out.
just a toe.
Yeah, take it out of my pay. All
It's
right.
just a toe.
Okay.
You have at least 11 more. Where's my latch? Taking this out is tricky. Oh, that wasn't too bad at all. You'll make a fine little assistant. All right, now I need my JIS driver, please. And we'll go over to... You ready, cameraman?
Okay.
Got no signal, cameraman. Is that off? Why do we have no signal?
Or is that on the motherboard?
Oh, I didn't turn the right one on.
Yeah. My bad.
That's why I need a producer.
Yeah. Okay.
717 people watching live. If you're just now joining us, where have you been? We've been waiting all day for you.
Where can you get this type of entertainment at this price point? Okay,
Literally
so-
any street corner.
So you're gonna.
So there's a little plastic cover that's here just for looks. That's all it's here for.
All right.
You'll notice I will not use the electric driver on this. I will crack the plastic too easily.
Well, these screws are number ones, right?
These are, well, the JIS doesn't really follow a number 1 or number 2 standard. It's its own standard. Probably a number 1 would work, but it might be a little loose in there. The JIS just fits perfectly. And this is made by a company called Hozan, H-O-Z-A-N. You mean like Carrie Hozan?
Yeah.
Close.
Close.
It's, I think, a D550, and links for all my tools are in my Amazon shop.
Okay.
Amazon.com/shop/Carrie Holzman. And if I took all the screws out, this little cover lifts up. I think these screws will stay captured.
Keyword there is, you think.
Or is it called captive?
Yeah.
Captive or captured?
Captive.
Like Mitch.
Yeah.
Hell, that's easy for you to remember. Blink twice if they're holding you there against your will. Did he blink?
Yeah.
Gonna need my glasses for this, Mitchell. I can't see without my glasses. Thank you. Okay, so we got an M.2 slot here. We have an M.2 slot here. And with all the lanes that this board gives us, I am sure they both run at full speed. We can probably use either. Since this one will be more difficult to get to later, I think I want to put it in that one first. And the screws are, there should be a little standoff like that. It's probably in this box. So set this here. Do me a favor. Would you pick this board up and just lift it so I can get into the box? Just grab it by its edges. Actually, this has a back plate on it. You can actually hold it under here.
Man, that's heavy. Steady.
It is heavy.
Okay.
Making you work for your bologna today.
Two cookies. All right.
2 cookies. Hey. See, this is what happens when you give a man a cookie. He wants the whole box. Okay, somewhere.
Yeah, this motherboard's got, well, now you have the heat sink on, but I mean, this thing's, I'm telling you, is at least between 15 and 20 pounds.
You see this card right here?
Yeah.
Right here? That lets us add an M.2 drive to each side of this, and it goes into that last, what looks like a memory socket. So we can have 4 M.2 drives, all, I think, running at PCIe.
Yeah. Don't mind me, I'm holding a 20-pound motherboard.
Didn't you want to practice? Didn't you say something about?
No, I went to the gym. I went to the gym yesterday. All right.
What did he say?
Okay. You're not working out enough. All right.
Yeah, sounds like asking a barber for a haircut. There's the standoff we need. Oh, there's a bunch of screws and standoffs in here. There's a screw and stand-up. Is there? Oh, there's a screw and standoff in there already. Oh, I'll just take my time.
Yeah, any time now. Mm-hmm.
I'll leave. No, let me put this back.
Yeah. I'm dying here. Okay. Now?
Yes. There he is. And he drops it on the floor. See, good Mitch is hard to find.
Yeah.
Will you give me my tiny little skizzers? Please. See, there's their teeny tiny little standoff. A little tiny little screw. Take your time, we've got all day.
Yeah. Scissor. Oh, yeah, right here.
Yeah. It's the sharp pointy thing?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Are they letting you touch pointy things again?
No. Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
All right.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah.
Now there's also my
Oh,
little
yeah,
ratcheting
your little
driver.
ratcheting driver.
Now this is going to go so that the little plastic piece mounts into these points here. This is an 80 millimeter length. There's usually something that'll say 40, 60, 80. I don't know how I'm going to get that started. It is really tiny. Super tiny. This is a 5 millimeter ratcheting socket. Comes in a whole kit on Harbor Freight Tools for like, I don't know, $10. And all I do is I just take the 5 millimeter socket and the ratcheting. That's all this tool ever does. You can go back 10 years. I've had this tool a long time. And I had to buy another one for Studio B here. And sure enough, Harbor Freight still sells them. For a few extra dollars, you can get it on Amazon. Same tool, they just charge a little more because they're shipping, I guess. Probably can go to harborfreight.com, then you don't get that super fast Amazon Prime shipping, if assuming you're an Amazon Prime.
Or if you live near one, like we do.
Oh yeah,
always,
those Harbor Freights are everywhere in Phoenix. They're almost like Starbucks around here.
That's where Uncle Kerry gets his zip ties.
Right? Starbucks?
No. Harbor Freight.
I'll take a super venti macchiato nylon zip tie.
With plenty of foam. All right.
So unfortunately,
little too much coffee today. You need a light.
No, it's look. I got little baby hands, and this is really difficult to get started. Probably needle nose pliers would have been.
But you don't want to cross thread it.
Well, no, I mean just to get it started. And unfortunately, there's something under it, which the socket's attaching to, and I don't want to turn it. So I have to lift it up a little bit. Really wish ASUS would put this on the board by default. Okay, so I've snugged it down pretty good. I don't want to over tighten it. I can damage it. For this little tiny screw, a little tiny head on it, we definitely need the JIS driver or a jeweler's type screwdriver for it. The problem with the jeweler's type screwdrivers, you don't get much leverage. So with the M2 drive here, this 970 Evo Plus name I couldn't think of earlier. We slide that in on a bit of an angle, and I just kind of wobble it and push it. You'll see that that's going to align perfectly with that. We'll grab the miniaturized screw. Don't drop this in the carpet. If you do and you cannot find it, if you have a vacuum hose, put nylons on the end of the vacuum hose and then go over your carpet, and then that's how you can find contact lenses and screws. It'll stick to the nylon and not get sucked into your vacuum bag. We're just going to snug it up. It doesn't have to be tight. Just right there.
And there's, you can show chat, there is a thermal pad, there's 2 thermal pads under the screws. Yeah, on the
Screws, I think, are
Oh,
capped.
okay, yeah. Okay, very nice. And there's the thermal pad.
So which thermal pad do we want? Top one, right? Yeah. So now, and only now, do we peel the tape that keeps any debris, fingerprints, oils from your skin, which doesn't kill it. It just affects its efficacy. Can you say that word? Efficacy. Let's spell it. Efficacy.
Efficacy. All right. He's using big words today. All right.
Why is abbreviated such a
Yeah.
big word? Why does the word lisp have an S in it? Doesn't that seem cruel? I wonder about a lot of stuff. Keeps me up at night. That's why I can't sleep.
And why do vegetables have such violent names? Black-eyed peas, squash,
I tried to eat a clock.
beets. All right.
I was trying to eat a clock,
Okay.
but it was very time consuming.
Oh, is it time for corny joke of the day? Okay. All right, chat.
Mitch is
This
joking
segment,
the day.
time for corny joke of the day. Let me think of one. Why can't pirates finish the alphabet? Because they're lost at sea.
That joke was rated R.
Arg.
No, just R.
R. Okay.
There was a pirate movie. It was rated R because it contained a lot of booty. Yar. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Come on, you got another one?
What do you want for your money? All right. So, okay.
Entertainment.
Entertainment.
Dance monkey,
Okay.
dance.
So that's monkey boy to you. All right. So that's that.
Monkey man.
Yeah. So
Come on,
that's-
monkey man.
So that's that.
Come on, there's got to be another one.
Two terabytes of
Walk into
beautiful
a bar.
storage. Yeah.
Oh, no, you weren't doing it?
Uh,
I don't need it. When I come in from the front, I can totally see it just fine. Food for thought. You can have that back. I think we're going to install Windows 10 on this, and then we'll run Prime 95, and we'll wrap it up for the day because next week we're going to remove the heatsink, mount the whole thing into the. You and I
yeah.
are going to lift this monster case. It's over 100 pounds empty.
Yeah. I'll bring my hernia belt. Okay.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah. All
bring
right.
your hernia belt. This is some serious big time.
And one for you.
I don't know how
it's going to sit.
now,
Once going to sit that tall.
once we get it done,
Right.
then we're going to have the problem of getting it off the counter. And the damn thing should have wheels on it, but it doesn't. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting on all the fans. It takes 8
Fans in the
120,
fans in the front.
and they're limited to 3 per person on Amazon. So I found 3 used ones and 3 new ones.
So what is
So
it?
I
A
got
total
6.
of 12 or 15 altogether?
8 on the
in
front, 2 in the back. There'll be 3 on the cooler.
So that's.
But I already have the cooler.
So
comes
that's subtract. I ran out of fingers. Okay, yes.
with- just keep your pants on.
Okay, all right.
Don't
So
get on the
we'll-
count over 20.
Yeah, all right.
It's not a pretty sight.
So we're ready.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah.
I got to plug the power supply back. Come on, where's another joke?
That's all you get is one.
Ah! I want my money back, Mitch.
Okay.
This is not the show that I paid for.
Now, did you want to put your component where you can put your Windows 10 doodad in there?
Windows 10 doodad.
Doodad in there. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I love SanDisk Extreme Pro flash drives, and they cost a bundle. I mean, compared to other similar size, I think this is a 16 gig one. And yeah, you know, you can get a 16 gig flash drive for $4. And it'll run slow
Look what
as a
Uncle
dog.
Mitchie has. Ooh.
So Uncle Mitch's flash drive, also SanDisk Extreme, but look at the size. 1 terabyte for $170 on Amazon. 16 gigs, same size, and it runs rocket fast as long as you plug it into a blue USB port. This thing.
But this
reads
is
and writes.
3.2. Jack.
USB 3.2.
Too. Fast, screamingly
Crazy fast. So if you've got things to do,
Yeah,
you
even as
spend more for the flash
even as a thing where you can put it on your keychain
or lanyard.
or lanyard if you're doing espionage.
SanDisk
If
needs
you're
to give
doing
me some
if you're
money.
doing espionage.
Espionage.
And there's a big word.
I
All
don't
right.
think Edward Snowden used a flash drive.
Okay.
I think he used a memory card.
Are we ready? Let's see here.
Okay, so this keyboard and this mouse are hooked up to that computer. This keyboard and this mouse. We're going to go back to camera, the main camera. Thank you, cameraman. Okay, now,
Put us in
when
the
we
corner.
turn this on, it should boot
Right to-
only to this flash drive.
Yep. Put us in the corner.
Okay, we'll put us in the corner again. And do you want to turn it on?
Mm-hmm. Band spin. We shall see if it goes right to the flash drive.
I hear the fans slowing down. That's always a good sign. Memories RGB is flowing.
What's the little monitor window say?
It's
Nothing.
going through
No,
all the diagnostics. It's all just Greek to me, but it is moving along. It's not frozen on anything. It takes a while to check everything. It's check, 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 check. And then when it's done, this is the last part. There it goes.
Spinning circle, please.
Yeah, now if we get the spinning circle, it means it's booting from the flash drive. Unless that used returned NVMe drive has an operating system on it. Oh, it's wanting to reboot again. Probably because it just discovered it's got an M.2 drive in it.
Right.
Made the adjustments in the BIOS to run that at by 4. And let's take a look and see. So once again, we're back at diagnostics right here.
Okay, fingers crossed.
I'll just set that over there.
There.
Here we go, here we go. So exciting. Nail biter. This is it.
Riveting.
This is it.
Yeah.
Unless I have a bad NVMe drive.
No.
Well, we don't know that yet. Okay, so we're starting with Windows. Click Next, Install Now. I don't have a product key, is what I always select at this stage, but I will be using a product key for Windows 10 Pro. Accept the end user license agreement when it pops up, and then I'm going to choose, like, every time I choose Custom, right here, and it sees unallocated space, just like a brand new drive would be out of the box.
Or 2 terabytes.
It's 2 terabytes, and I hit Next. And now Windows is going to automatically format, partition, and install. Watch how fast.
Compared to the old
Pay
days.
attention to the clock on the screen.
Screen.
To this point to where we get our first reboot.
Yeah.
Because once we get our first reboot, if we want to, we can yank the Windows 10 flash drive. It won't use it anymore after that.
And you said you got that NVMe for 205?
Use
Used?
208
208. Wow.
plus tax.
Man, that's a lot of stuff.
But I don't really want to keep a 2. I want to put an 8 in there. So this is just a bookmark.
Okay.
Right? It's a holding.
But
I'm not
when you
quite sure what I'm going to do to get that Saber in 8 terabyte. I'm tempted to just send him an email and say, maybe sell it to me for half price, maybe give it to me, because I can't. There's so few of them, nobody's returning any.
Right.
Unfortunately. Look at this. We're almost at 100% of the copying the files.
that had to have been less than 2 minutes.
Right there. Now it installs features. Now it installs updates. And now it's finishing up. And now it's rebooting. I just clicked the restart now just to, because it was going to count down from 10 and do it anyway.
And in theory, you could pull your USB.
Yeah, I can take the USB drive out right now. We're done with it.
Because it's on the NVMe.
It copied all the files it needs to the internal drive. Now the only thing it can boot from is the internal drive, right? Because the flash drive is no longer attached.
Okay.
Now we're getting HDD codes
Okay.
on this screen. Again, we'll get a close-up on that here before too long.
Hard disk drive. Yeah.
And now Windows begins the second boot of the installation process.
Boom. That was fast.
Did you blink?
Yeah. Almost missed it.
Abe Blinken?
Funny as a rubber crutch. All right.
If you're not the one on the crutch, it
Yeah,
is pretty funny,
funny, yeah.
to everybody else.
Yeah.
Pangloatus Grammatopoulos says Greek is an easy language, Carrie. Pangloatus Grammatopoulos
What a moniker. All right.
is an easy language to speak Greek. See? Just take it from Pangloatus
Kazuna.
Grammatopoulos. Not making fun of your name. I mean, look at my name.
Yeah. I'd rather not. All right.
Miss anything in the chat room here? Oh, we're going for our next boot. Randall Klotz with $5. Thank you, Randall. Let's turn Randall blue. What do you think? Turn
Yeah.
Randall blue?
Just like that.
Black Launch with $1.99 Canadian. I think I said that one. William Lynn says, what do I think about the power regulations in California, Oregon, Hawaii, Washington, Colorado, Vermont about gaming PCs and monitors? I don't really care because it only affects manufacturers like Dell and HP. It has no impact on people like us where we build our own PCs, so you don't have anything to worry about. They're not worried about one person building a computer. They're worried about a big company selling hundreds of thousands of computers every year and the impact it can have on the energy usage. So it's really, as long as you're building your own, nothing changes. No worries.
Fred says Moto, Mary, and Mitch. Fred, that's interesting because I told Carrie I wrote and directed a movie, and that's exactly its title. Moto,
Really?
Moto Mary, yeah.
Did he just look that up?
Probably, yeah.
Did you tell it to me when we were live and he watched that show?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I can't remember. It's all just a blur.
Shot that in 16 millimeter. It's 21-minute short film, and yeah.
What do we want to call this beast?
Uh,
Loch Ness Monster? No,
Mid-
Movie
mid-
Trividi.
how about Mitch's new computer?
That's too long of a name.
Okay, all right. Then how about user? Yeah,
How about
ginormous. All right.
9980 XE?
Okay. No password.
No password.
Turn all those off but location.
We leave location on Y.
For the time and when you look up pizza in my area, yum yum.
Yeah, time and
Yeah,
date will be
date.
set automatically with location on. I don't want Cortana. It's kind of going away with Windows 11 anyway. Supposedly, we'll see. It'll still be there, but it won't be automatic anymore. You'll have to purposely subject yourself to it. I think that's the right phrasing. I guess I can plug the internet back in.
Okay.
Then we can go to Windows Update and start grabbing updates on this bad boy.
And it actually starts doing it even now that you plugged in.
Not yet. When it gets to the desktop, it'll start updating
even
the
before you go to the gear and go to updates.
In other words, if we just left this on and went to dinner, when we come back, it will have downloaded most of the updates.
Updates, yeah.
And it'll probably want to restart. It'll be like a little icon in the right corner.
Yeah.
Speaking of dinner, what do you got a hankering for
Oh, that's a
tonight? I
good
don't know.
question.
You had Arby's, so
Yeah, I had Arby's yesterday.
beef and cheddar.
They're not selling the potato cakes anymore.
Just the curly fries? Or
They
regular-
replaced it with stupid crinkle fries.
Bleh. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
They're like, oh, the crinkle fries are outselling the potato cakes.
Cakes.
I mean, they've only been a staple of Arby's. I asked the guy at Arby's, are you going to stop selling roast beef sandwiches? What are you going to call the place? Not Arby's?
No, yeah.
Narby's? They're a staple. It's anyway.
Yeah.
He goes, well, you know, you could, I've heard if people complain to a company, sometimes it forces change. I go, no, you know what forces change? When the income goes down. So let people enjoy the new crinkle fries because they're new and they're going to get old real quick, I bet. And then it's going to be, where's the potato cakes? Because, you know, potatoes have such a short shelf life being frozen in the freezer.
Yeah.
Sorry, a little upset.
And that's Arby's roast beast, right?
Roast beast. That's actually,
Sandwich, yeah.
I think that's right.
Yeah, so
I never heard it called that before.
delicious. With the horsey sauce, yes? No?
I don't want to eat horsey.
Yeah, okay.
I got to squeeze it to get the sauce out.
Okay. Don't be graphic. All right. Where are we now?
I don't like the texture at all.
Okay, all right.
Okay, now I'm going to go to Windows Update. Look, it even loaded the video driver for us already. Uppy, datey, checky.
And some of them might go, they couldn't do it because you were in the process of already
Yeah, don't
doing
freak
it.
out if we
Yeah,
see some
see some,
updates
yeah.
fail. That means that it was
Right.
updating them already in the background and we were doubling it up. See how many it's grabbing right now? And then there's an optional quality update that was recently released.
But that's a big one.
It's optional.
Don't
It's
need
sort
it.
of a preview.
Yeah.
If you want it, take it. I'm sure it's fine. It's not going to cause any harm. It will eventually be required.
Yeah.
But they sort of offer it as a preview. Let's see. What else could we have? Seafood.
Yeah, but that's the good one's way across town, and it is Friday, so
Nothing like good seafood in the desert.
yeah.
Mike Podekowitz with $5. He goes, here's $5 towards dinner tonight. It's hot here in central Washington at 102.
That's about close
Stan
to
said a
us,
good
yeah.
name for this computer would have been Second Mortgage. I could have named it Tesla. I got a Tesla now.
Yeah.
I mean, it is electrically powered. Put it on a UPS.
We got to figure out a way to put wheels on that. I'm not much of a builder, but there's
No,
got,
but
you know.
I've got you. So what do you say, wheels?
Yeah, wheels. Yeah.
Tony Waller with $4.99. Says, sorry for the last message. I got ahead of myself. I didn't see his last message. Thomas Backenstow with $20. He says, great video as usual. I love the conversation.
He never told us, did he, how little Red's running?
I didn't see it.
Oh, if he did, yeah,
He's
we
not
didn't see it.
complaining.
Yeah, okay.
Of course,
That-
maybe he is and I didn't see
yeah,
it.
that's a good thing, yeah.
Just choosing what I see.
Yeah.
Got special glasses I wear
Yeah.
for that. They're rose colored. People want me to use the DIM.2 slot. I could show how that works a bit later.
I'm standing next to somebody pretty dim, you know what I mean?
Where?
Yeah, never mind. Never mind.
I get it.
Yeah, okay. You wouldn't, all right.
It's set.
Okay. I always have to get the last word, right? Right, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ruff,
Yeah.
ruff, ruff,
Yeah.
ruff. Hey,
Hey.
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 You know, I can get an 8 terabyte SSD 2.5-inch SATA drive for way less money. It's also way slower. And it
Yeah.
requires cabling, and
Yeah.
this is supposed to be a really rocket ship of a computer, and I shouldn't be going cheap on anything on this. Let's see, we've got Bill Binder in the chat, Hillard Bishop, Chris Johnson, Eric Fletcher, Peter Sprague, Sarge Tech, and Ricky B, Elko, and Matthew Camp, Kenny Whidden, and Malcolm Ogilvy, Stan Haristov, and John Paul Bacon, and just saying hello to just random people.
Yeah.
I see,
Tell us where.
Andrew,
Yeah.
lots.
Tell us where you're from. Yeah.
Where are you watching from,
From.
folks?
All
Where
over,
are you at?
all over the world.
New stream, where you at?
Yeah.
Didn't yesterday you had someone from South Africa? I thought, yeah, I was like,
get quite a few viewers from
yeah,
South
I'm like,
Africa.
jeez.
John Kennedy, there's the man, $5. He says, Kerry, I ordered my parts for the 8-year build, and I'm very excited. Thanks for the knowledge.
You're gonna-
Surprised he could find the parts.
Yeah,
He must have done the B460.
you're gonna love it. Can you get the 200R cases, or are those completely out?
There's
So
like
far as you
one
know?
available from England. In other words, it's on Amazon. It says it's $94 with free shipping, which are normally $65 to $70, but it's going to ship from England, and I'm afraid it's going to get damaged.
Damaged.
Now, I still have a few. Once they run out, I might move over to some Be Quiet cases because those are pretty similar.
Okay.
And the ones that Anthony Remus was using, shoot, what was that with the weird front on it?
Yeah.
Fractal design, I think.
Yeah, but you liked it, yeah.
Yeah, but none of those have DVD drives. But
Like you
most
said,
people
you
aren't getting
yeah,
it. We're
you get
putting one in for Jack.
yeah, but you get a portable one. You pull it, you take
Yeah,
it out
just-
when you need it,
yeah.
and then
As long as
you
your
have a
USB ports are on
yeah,
top.
and then you have a yeah, and then you have a nice clean look. So
We got people joining us from Scotland, Kansas City, Ontario, Canada, Gateshead in the UK, Sweden, Finland, Bulgaria, Ohio, more from the UK, Minnesota, Bangladesh, Portales, New Mexico,
John Kennedy says I bought a 200R last month. Okay.
Kent in the UK. His name's not Kent. Kent is the name of the state. Selvin Bell's in upstate New York. Raleigh's joining us from the Philippines.
That's where I plan on going in the fall. Yeah.
AC's Drafting's in Minnesota. Harry's joining us from Lisburn, Northern Ireland, where it's 57 degrees Fahrenheit. Andrew's from Gooseberry, Gooseberry, UK. Are you from Gooseberry? I love that accent.
When I get ready in the fall to go to Philippines, I'll ask some of
He
the
meant to
people.
say Dewsbury.
Oh, some of the people in chat. You give me your opinion of the cities I should visit in the Philippines, because I plan on spending
Careful, they might send you this just
Yeah.
for a joke.
because I plan on spending a month.
Terry's in Indiana. Kenny's in Louisiana. Bike Man is in Trenton, Michigan. Trevor joins us from Dublin, Ireland. And PDK Games in Stanton, Texas. About 100 degrees Fahrenheit there. David joins us from northern New Jersey. And Seha joins us from Bosnian and Herzegovina. But I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that correct. Mark Roberts is in Wales. Duncany is in London in the UK. John joins us and says hello from Virginia. And Carlos joins us from Moreno Valley, California. David Herzog in Cincinnati. AC's Drafting with a $50 contribution.
Hey,
Thanks, AC.
hey. Now I will.
Places-
Now I will have seafood tonight. All the seafood I can eat. I think we're ready for a restart too. Yeah.
I think it's still
Sure.
installing. I want to
Okay.
let it, even though it says we can restart,
Okay.
I want to wait a little bit. Places, Trade Winds, Newport, Rhode Island, Jazz Festival this weekend. Colin Mitchell is in Hastings, UK. What if his name was Mitchell Mitchell? What would his middle name be? Mitchell?
Jimi Hendrix drummer, his name was Mitch Mitchell.
Really? Barn Dweller, $5, says, greetings from Michigan. You guys sound like you're having a good time. Well, sounds
That's because we're both from Michigan. Carrie
That's
and
right.
I. Yep.
That's why we're so cool, and that's
Yeah.
why that person is so cool. Who was it? Barn Dweller?
Fellow
Michigan people. are
Michigander. Don't say that. Michiganian. No.
cool. Gander.
Michigander.
Linda Hudson is in Lexington, North Carolina, and Mark Page joins us from Indianapolis, Indiana. Jerry's in Happy Valley, Oregon, and Terrell Cockram in northern Lower Michigan. More Michigan people. And Bryce is joining us from Wellington, New Zealand. Martin is in Western North Carolina. North Chris is in Oslo. Oslo. That's in Norway. See how I'm like a walking map.
Pretty good for a third grade
Look at
education. Yeah. Okay.
I only had to try 4 times, but I got through it.
Okay.
G. Wisen in West Bloomfield, Michigan.
Ah,
Very close.
yeah.
Collins in Hastings in the UK. And Hugh is in Sheffield in England.
Somebody said they were from Chicago. I've got a younger sister, lives in Chicago.
Nicholas is in Gilroy, California. You know what Gilroy is known for? Garlic. Lots and lots and lots.
They grow it.
It's, yeah, you'll see semi trucks that are, 40 feet long, loaded with garlic all the way to the top.
Right.
And when you drive through Gilroy,
There's
you
a
will
certain
smell
there's a
garlic.
there's a certain fragrance. Yeah.
Jason joins us from Fresno. That's where Doug Betts is. Doug Betts, who does live Windows training here on YouTube, is also in Fresno. Stealth Mode is in St. Augustine, Florida. Thomas Backenstow joins us from Happy Valley, Pennsylvania. And Tim Soul, also in Fresno, says it's 102 degrees Fahrenheit there right now.
Cool.
Derek says hello. Solo says Lollapalooza is going on right now in Chicago. I was there when Lollapalooza was going on. Not for I was there for the CompTIA ChannelCon, and it was at the Hyatt Regency. And the crowd of people, when it rained, they all came into the hotel, and it was a madhouse. All right, let's see how we're doing. We have to make the screen bigger, folks. We cannot see it. We just see a small representation of it, so bear with us. Yeah, it's still installing the cumulative update, but that shouldn't take too long. 73, 74, 96, 100. Now watch, it'll say installing again.
How come?
It might have just been extracting. See, it started at 12. So it's not really being honest with us.
How'd you get so smart? Don't answer. Okay.
I was dropped on my head on a pile of books.
Okay.
Comic books, but books.
Yeah. They don't count. All right.
Oh, they taught me to count.
Okay.
Stitches.
To 9. All right.
Hillard Bishop said, "This is the best chat on all of YouTube." That's right, because if it isn't, we kick you out. Dustin Fuller joins us from Algonac, Michigan.
Okay.
William Hill's in Birmingham in the UK, and Jim joins us from Wilmington, Delaware, where all the credit card bills go. Derek's in Riverside, California. And Fala is in Jacksonville, Florida. Is that a Florida man in the chat room? As Tamp is in Snowflake, Arizona.
I think
What's the temp there?
I think I've driven my motorcycle through there. Yeah.
Yeah, they probably heard you.
Yeah. It's that loud.
George Ferrugia joins us from Oakville, Ontario, Canada. See, that stuck at 21% on that installing thing there, but
Usually it hangs at 74.
it's a big,
Yeah.
it's the update. So and then that's the update preview for .NET. Oh, sorry. This is the cumulative update that was a preview last month. Now there's a preview for probably what's coming out next month. But I'll do one, restart, then I'll do the other one. Really don't need it, but I like to see 0 updates. Makes my OCD happy. So we'll just let that run.
Got any water?
Water?
Yeah. Or lemonade?
And bread?
Or lemonade? No, no.
Fridge? Yeah, you want lemonade?
Yeah.
Or water?
Water.
You want me to squeeze a lemon in it?
No.
How come my dishwashing detergent says it contains real
Yeah,
lemon, but
it's
my lemon
lemony
juice
fresh.
says it's imitation lemon? What was I getting you?
Water. Agua. Some of that snooty Fiji.
Do you want a Blue Moon?
Some of that snooty Fiji.
I don't have that, unless you want to drink one I've already opened.
No, thanks.
But I do have Aero.
Not after you
I
backwashed
got
it.
crystal. Hey, that's electrolytes
Yeah.
and some drugs.
Yeah.
I mean vitamins and electrolytes. But I do have Crystal Geyser. I only like spring water. I don't like purified water. Purified water's nasty.
This isn't distilled, is it? That you put in your iron?
No, distilled water's worse.
Oh.
You got sparkling water, distilled water, spring water, natural water. I just want water. Water?
Water.
And then he watered away. Water. I'm going to get a new Gatorade, which is just basically water.
Yeah.
I'm mostly water, especially in between my ears.
Yeah.
Want to hear it?
I'll do the sound effects.
If you put my head next to your ear, you'll hear the ocean. Got a lot on your mind? See a realtor.
Yeah.
A lot.
Anyone? That was fun. Jason says,
I'll
I'll
be
take
there.
soda water. I'm a big Perrier man myself.
You would be. When
Yeah.
I look at you, I'm like,
Yeah.
he's probably in Snobsdale, Arizona,
Yeah.
where the drinking pubs got to put $1 in them.
Yeah, that's Snotsdale, Arizona. All right.
Snobsdale.
Snobsdale.
Ugh.
And that's North Snobsdale.
Right next to Parasite Valley.
Yeah, it always does hang up at 74, and nobody could ever tell me why at 74.
Who cares?
Yeah.
So whether you know why or you don't know why did it rain? Who cares?
Yeah.
Deal with it. Toughen up, Buttercup.
Yeah. Why is Carrie so short? Deal with it.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
why. Because my parents were short. If I had been tall, that would be suspicious.
Yeah.
I'd start looking at how tall the mailman was. People said, isn't it creepy how much Julian Lennon looks like John Lennon? No, that's not creepy. If he looked like Ringo,
That way you go.
somebody's got something to say. You
got-
don't have the whole story, I think. I'm just going to erase the
That.
BIOS off this flash drive. So my BIOS flash drive will be empty and ready for the next usage.
Amazing build.
Oh my gosh, this build is working.
Yeah, the ultimate build. Yeah.
One bad board, 3 returns, no big deal.
Yeah. And you haven't.
It does slow us down, right?
Yeah.
Hugh contributes 5 pounds. Yours, Carrie, he says, is the only computer build channel I watch now on YouTube because it's the best by far. Now, see, that'll get you blue status every single time. Flattery gets you everywhere in this world.
And 2 cookies, if we could send them. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd definitely give
yeah.
Hugh 2 cookies.
Yeah.
Or biscuits, as he
You know what
he calls them,
but I've really been having a hankering for is that those chips from England. Again, those
all
bacon.
those smoky,
Yeah.
Walker's smoky bacon. I can go on Amazon and order them. I'll get them in about 3 or 4 weeks.
Man, those were
The
great.
bags are too small. I need like a Costco
Yeah.
life size. Like I need to be able to wear the bag when it's empty. That would
Yeah.
be American sized.
Yeah, but boy, when you said try these, I'm like, I don't think I'll like them, and I'm like, ooh, had just the right smokiness and flavor. Man, those were good.
I think this finished. Let's see.
And those come from England?
Yeah, they actually, you can order them on Amazon. They're called Walker's Smoky Bacon. And you get them in a 6-pack of like vending machine size.
So
And they're relatively inexpensive. They're delicious.
yeah.
Bob Connor says he only likes water when it's wet. I bought some instant powdered water, but I don't know what to add.
Okay. Your sarcasm. That'll do.
Me? Sarcastic?
And there may be a few updates even left, right? No,
Sorry,
left.
what?
Yeah, left, right. You weren't paying attention.
Audience is
Okay.
paying their seat.
Okay.
It's because it was fun.
Fruit Punch, AC's drafting. Fruit Punch is what I have. How'd you like Hawaiian Punch? Boom, that's a reference. That must be-
Wait,
that-
that's
yeah.
not the right answer, is it?
No.
All right.
That's
here we go.
Kool-Aid, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Versus what? High C?
Yeah. Hawaiian Punch. Boom.
You remember Push Pops?
Yeah.
We used to eat this ice cream when we were growing up. It was called Push Pops. You get it from the ice cream man.
Yeah.
It was quite literally a toilet paper roll.
Right. More like a creamsicle, kind of.
But
the-
but the package
Yeah.
it was the same size and shape
with a
as
wooden
a toilet,
yeah,
an
with
empty
a,
toilet
with
roll.
a wooden stick, yeah.
Not with a wooden stick. No, it had it was like a plastic. So the ice cream was like, imagine taking the ice cream and filling a toilet paper tube.
Tube, yeah.
And then at the end of it, you put a plastic base with a plastic stem coming out of the
Right.
center. And then what you would do is you'd push it up. It was orange.
Yep.
And you'd push it up as you'd eat it. Push pop.
Because you're so old, it probably only cost you a dime. Nah, better, maybe a quarter. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Trying to think of something funny and
Yeah.
nothing's happening.
Don't mind the smoke coming out of his ears. All right, let's check the
What's that say?
updates one more time. Yeah.
Want to read that one?
Mitch, do you have...
No, say who it is.
Oh, Ricky B with $5. Thank you, Ricky. Mitch, do you have a page with a list of your work? IMDb has very little information for a filmography.
MitchMorrison.com?
Yeah, but that's, you know, a work in progress. So IMDb...
This is really making me nervous. We absolutely do not want to do this.
Yeah, IMDb is kind of, for now, the place where you can see the stuff, yeah.
All right. Let's go back and check for some more updates. So IMDb's got more current information?
Yeah, than the website.
Let's go back to Windows Update here. Oh, I hate this stupid weather thing. Right-click, News and Interests, turn off. That's how you get rid of that. Little tip from your Uncle Carrie.
I don't mind it. I didn't like it initially, and then it kind of...
You know what?
And then it kind of grew on
You're in
me.
Arizona. What do you think the weather is?
Hot
Yeah, it's going to be 100 degrees. Look out your freaking window.
and dry.
Wonder what the temperature is. Look out the window.
No.
What is this fascination? Now, look, if you were back in Michigan, you know, we could be
Right.
rain, snow, sunny,
four-
cloudy,
four
and that's
seasons.
just Tuesday
Yeah, 4 seasons.
in one day.
What are you putting on? Uncle Carrie's optimizer?
Damn right I am.
Okay.
Oh, that's my Windows 10 installation.
Yeah.
What was I thinking?
Never mind.
Look, you can only go in one of two ways. Why does it take 3 attempts? Let's do VLC on here. Then we'll do Prime 95. Let's see how the temps run, even though this cooler's coming off. I'm kind of curious.
Yeah. With the 2 fans.
I need Uncle Carrie's optimizer. You notice I always copy them to the desktop. I don't run them off the flash drive. I want to grab. Let's run Crystal Disk Mark just to make sure that there's nothing wrong with this drive. And HW Monitor 144, Prime 95, 26.6. That should be everything I need. So what do you want for dinner? Chicken? Fish? Steak? Ethiopian food? Pizza?
Let's see.
Soil? Mushrooms?
I could go for
Pineapple?
Thai food, but that's a little too spicy for you.
It's a little too stuff mixed in together for me.
Right.
Look at all this.
Jeez.
These are all the Intel drivers.
First.
But I could get this through the Intel driver updater, but I'll just take the ones that are here because I'm here.
What was the last time you had pizza?
What time is it?
Oh.
Oh my God. Wasn't there a select all?
No.
Seriously.
Right,
I mean,
yeah.
come on. These are all little teeny tiny driver updates. They're super tiny.
Like someone I know.
I can hold them in my baby.
You said it, I didn't.
Hey.
All right, so
How come everybody's like, you know, when you're young, it's more attractive by default. But if you got baby hands, I mean, you don't get much younger than that, and that's not seen as attractive quality? How come, Mitch? Explain to me why. This is all going to install very quickly.
yeah, they're just little files. Yeah.
Little tiny driver. Some of the drivers, actually, one driver for one of those things may update 6 of them. And it'll clear off there real quick. Blackwatch with $2 Canadian says, 2 patukis, please. I don't know what a patuki is. Is that like, what do they,
Pierogies.
what do they call that thing they eat in Canada? Poutine? It's like the gravy over French fries.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So you normally could get all of those from, like you said, the
Intel stuff will
drive,
automatically.
yeah.
But since I'm here and it's
Yeah.
quick, if there's newer ones available, then the Intel one will update them. Oop, something happened. See the screen blanking out?
Is that good or bad?
It's good. It
Okay.
means something's happening.
Ah,
Michael Dane says, Carrie, Mitch, try some escargot. What did I ever do to you, Michael?
yeah. Snails,
Aya says
snails, no
haggis
thank
and
you.
mashed potatoes. So you want some sheep stomach
Haggis, yeah.
with some snails, and maybe you can wash it down with, I don't know, some poison? Cold poison?
Escargot. When I was in Paris visiting the parasites,
Some Vegemite. Put some Vegemite on your escargot
I
and
know.
wrap it in a haggis.
Yeah.
Haggis?
haggis. No, no thanks. Pizza, taco smell, bell.
Greg M says poutine is fries with cheese curds and gravy. Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Cheese curds. No, thank you.
Brian sent a link for the push bomb
Oh,
for people you know. Have you seen those bomb pops? They're tiny.
yeah. When
They
Carrie
used
and
to
I,
be-
yeah, from the ice cream man, they were, for a quarter,
I think it was like 50 cents.
50 cents. Oh, you're aging yourself.
Oh, no, I think
Dollar?
maybe you're aging yourself
Okay.
if you're only paying a quarter.
Yeah.
Did you see how quickly it went through those
Yeah.
updates? Still, we see it says downloading this. Whoops, didn't mean to hit that. That was an errant mouse click. Let me go back.
Ooh, I know a place I haven't been to in a while. It's down at Pima in Indian Bend.
Yeah.
It's YC's Mongolian beef, where you go down this thing and you get a beautiful metal bowl and you either put chicken or beef or stuff, and then you put all your vegetables in the bowl. Then you hand the guy the bowl, and he puts it on a circular thing bigger than this Lazy Susan, and he uses a couple of bamboo sticks and puts it on and puts it in your bowl.
There's a Brazilian steakhouse. You can.
Yeah, that's the thing with on the spit with the thing. Yeah, the thing with the thing. Yeah. So
John Kennedy says, so a snail went into a car dealer and asked, can you paint a big S on my new car? And the dealer said, why? And the snail said, I want people to say, look at that escargot.
it's an old joke that he just made up. Yeah.
So because the computer's busy working in the background, I've hit back like 3 times on this stupid thing.
Okay.
I'm just going to be patient and leave it. It'll. Frog legs, Luke Greenia says, yummy. How come people are like, oh, it tastes like chicken? Well, then have
Yeah.
chicken.
Yeah.
Think of all those
That's what they
frogs
say
in
about
wheelchairs
that's
without
yeah.
legs. selling
That's what they
peppers.
say about snake. Yeah.
Tastes like chicken.
Rattlesnake. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you go.
Yeah.
Then people go, here, try this, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh my god, that's gross. What is it? Well, that's chicken.
Alligator. The only thing I will tell you that the kind of unique, or not weird, but unique, that I've ever had is a hamburger, and it was buffalo.
Oh, the buffalo burger.
Had
I
a nice
tried
had
that
a
in-
nice taste. It wasn't my favorite, but I'm like, oh. The guy said, just take a bite. I'm all right. I'm like, okay,
Stupid things, just not behaving. I guess I have to be patient. I don't want to interrupt it. It's not locked up. It's working, and I'm asking it to do too much too quickly. So it's a big update. Remember how it kind of seizes into temporarily at 74%, and now I've inherently clicked. I can't see what's happening, and my control needs to know what's happening.
because somebody was impatient. Fish and chips and peas.
Oh, there's fish fries.
Okay.
Yeah, mushy peas and chips. Yeah. I always keep going to the wrong keyboard, man.
You ever go to Boston Market?
Yeah.
You don't care for
I didn't think it was that good, or neither did
turkey
I think,
or their meatloaf? Meatloaf sounds
The
great.
chicken. I get the rotisserie
Okay, chicken.
But then there's also the Pollo Loco.
Yeah.
Way overpriced.
Yeah.
My friend used to work at a calendar factory, but he got fired for taking days off.
Okay. That's one for you. I like it.
My wife said I should do lunges to stay in shape. But That would be a big step forward.
Okay. 1.5.
Singing in the shower is fun until you get soap in your mouth. Then it's a soap opera.
Mm-hmm. 1 3/4.
What does a tick and the Eiffel Tower have in common? They're both parasites.
Okay.
What do you call a fish wearing a bow tie?
Don't know.
Sophisticated.
Ah.
How can you follow Will Smith in the snow? Just follow the Fresh Prince.
I'll give you yeah.
If April showers bring Mayflowers, then what do Mayflowers bring?
Pilgrims.
Pilgrims! I thought the dryer was shrinking all my clothes. Turns out it was the refrigerator.
Ah. Are we done yet? All right. Updates.
What do you call a factory that just makes okay products?
Satisfactory. Now, I like that. Yeah.
What did the janitor say when he jumped out of the closet?
Supplies.
Why did the seagulls fly over the ocean? Why do seagulls fly over the ocean?
Because if they flew over the bay, we'd have to call them bagels.
I only know 25 letters of the alphabet. I don't know why. I asked my dog, what's 2 minus 2? He said nothing.
Okay.
Have we killed off everybody yet?
Yeah.
Have they all died?
We're down to 2 viewers. And that's you and me. All right.
No, I'm not watching.
Oh.
I stopped watching an hour ago.
Okay.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out why this thing still hasn't done anything yet. So guess what I'm going to do?
You broke it.
Yeah.
Don't turn it off.
Yeah, I'm going to restart.
Okay.
Oh,
All
it's not
right.
even letting me do that. What the heck? It's not letting me do anything. So I'm going to just tap the power button up here. Just give it a tap. Should cycle down. We'll wait for it to power off. We'll bring it back up. Now, chances are if I left it alone, it would probably be fine. But I want to hurry up and get Prime 95 on here, so I got these updates to finish. And probably those updates needed a restart anyway, but it was probably in the middle of still updating. It won't hurt anything. It just means it'll start that update over and take twice as long. All right. So we'll reboot it here. See what happens.
We haven't been to Red Lobster in a while.
Mm.
That's been a while.
I haven't been to a Yellow Lobster either.
Mm-mm.
Want to get that vegan Impossible Lobster. It's made with hamburger.
Okay.
We get Tomu. It's made up entirely of meat and cheese.
Mm.
All right, so we're booted up again. See, that didn't take too long. We're going to go back to full screen for Mitch and I. Yeah, we lost about 100 viewers on that. Woo!
Yeah.
It's the nicest way I could figure out how to ask him to leave.
Okay.
Now we'll go over here. We'll run Uncle Carrie's Netflix tool, just because. I'll hit the options button and check for updates. Everybody who has this should check for updates. When it's on your desktop, don't run it from the flash drive. Do that. At the same time, we'll run Uncle Carrie's Windows Optimizer. Clicky, clicky. And once again, options, check for updates. No updates available, apply. We can run them both at the same time. Don't worry about that access denied stuff. That's standard operating procedure. It's working as it should. See, that's already run and finished, so it wants to reboot. I'll tell one no, and I'll tell the other one yes. And here we go.
Okay.
Let's see how long this thing takes to start up. Kind of curious. This is a rocket ship, supposedly. I don't know. All I know is it was expensive.
So if you were to get the 8 terabyte NVMe and
$1,300.
and keep the 2 You're sitting there
10.
10 terabytes of
What about two
screen.
8 terabyte?
Yeah, 2.8s, but that's,
What?
Tesla. Yeah, that's
16 terabytes.
That's Tesla money.
Plus, there's the M.2 add-on card, and I could put 2 more in there for a total of 4 8 terabyte drives.
Oh.
That'll be $4,200 just for the storage.
Yeah,
At that point, I think you might have a hoarding problem.
yeah. If you need that much, there's this little thing called the cloud.
There's this little thing called pills, and you should
Yeah.
ask your doctor.
Yeah.
Oh, it's doing updates, so that's no way to measure boot up time. Oh, Grimaldi's. We could do Grimaldi's.
Okay. Because besides, they're known for their pizza, but
Stan recommends Longhorn Steakhouse. We enjoy Longhorn.
but you can get other things at Grimaldi's other than pizza, right? I mean,
Well, there's also pizza.
yeah. Or pizza. I mean,
Yeah.
don't I have any other choice?
I think they have salad
Okay.
and maybe a breadstick.
And that's it. Pizza.
alcohol.
Yeah.
Pizza.
Okay.
You can have anything you want with your pizza as long as it's also pizza.
And flat. All right. Mhm.
A man, this is Michael Dane, a man gets a job at a computer store that sells food-shaped computers, but he was fired for trying to take a bite, B-Y-T-E.
Okay.
I'll be here all week, folks.
Try the veal. All right. Why did it update again? Oh, it's the big one. Yeah.
Jason Ragg says, do you know about the new corduroy pillow? Yeah, it's making headlines.
Okay. That one I'll give you. I like that one. Yeah.
You shouldn't have. You're just encouraging me. Look, there goes some more viewers. It's true. And if I was making money from them, I'd be upset. But
Yeah.
easy come, easy go. All right, let's go back one more time for updates. Intel Core i9 9980XE 3 gigahertz, 64 gigs of RAM. Looks good.
Got 2 little updates left. Dismiss all green checkies.
Should be a pretty quick.
Yeah.
There it is. We're going to check for updates one more time. Actually, glad we did all this out of the case. Then next week, next Friday, join Mitch and I as we're gonna remove this heatsink.
Yep.
This will be used on some future build. We're gonna take that graphics card out, and we're going to install this. We're gonna get the giant Corsair 1000D, the biggest, most expensive case Corsair sells.
And what graphics card are you thinking of slapping
I was
this?
thinking
2080?
3070.
3070? What have you got laying around?
3070.
Which is rare.
Unless I pull the 3090 out of Freddy's Revenge.
Be pretty sweet, just for even showing people.
Yeah, I'll think about it. But I have to dismantle. I got it all cable managed and
Oh,
beautiful.
then yeah.
And then I put a towel over it.
Over
It's
it.
been sitting ever since. It's probably missing a ton of updates. Just take some of these
Apps off.
Let's see, I want to get rid of Groove Music because VLC replaces it. It's way superior than Groove Music. Let's get rid of movies and TV. Let's get rid of this trial of Microsoft Office. Let's get rid of Mixed Reality Portal. If you're watching my YouTube channel, you're already in a Mixed Reality Portal. Let's get rid of Skype. Re-download that if they want.
Use Zoom. Everybody does.
Xbox Game Bar, Xbox Live. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. got it all. Now, I don't have the latest video driver, but I'm not going to run any video performance test. What I want to do at this point is just run the, the standard Prime 95 that we run. So we'll bring up the hardware monitor. Well, oh wait, let's run Crystal Disk Mark. I want to test
The RAM?
the drive, the hard drive, the solid state drive. Remember, it's returned.
Okay.
I want to make sure we're getting about 3,000 on reads and writes, so I'm just going to do the top test. Just set this, watch this. Oh, that's good. And let's see what we got on the writes. It should be about the same, a little less.
Super fast.
I could also load the Samsung Magician and Samsung NVMe driver. I got to remember. Well, no, I won't, because I think I'm going to pull that and replace it with a Sabrit, so I'm not going to do that. Okay, here we go on the writes. Let's hope we get about 3,000 on these writes. If everything is okay with this drive, then that means I saved nearly $100 on it, and there's no noticeable difference. But the Samsung Magician can tell us how much data has been written to this drive, because it is used. I'm sure people are curious. So very quickly, since I still have my utilities flash drive installed, these numbers are perfect.
Okay.
It's still on 4 of 5 here. There's 5 of 5. These are pretty much our final numbers, and that's perfect. It's exactly the type of performance I was expecting. Let me get rid of this. Bothers me. Let me get rid of this. Bothers me. Let's go back to the USB flash drive, Samsung Magician. And then this is one of the things I like about the Samsung Magician that you don't see from, you don't typically find this from other SSD NVMe manufacturers, which is a very useful utility. Now, Intel has the memory and storage tool, and I think Sabrit and AData, you have to hunt it down. I do believe they have one, but it just provides information. It doesn't provide any tool. But if you want to check, perhaps, how much data has been written to the drive. So we'll agree to the license agreement. EU thing is ridiculous because I'm not in the EU, but I got to agree to it anyway. I'm just loading that right from the flash drive, and that's a fast flash drive. You can't even tell it wasn't local.
Right.
And I won't load the NVMe driver.
Okay.
For the reasons I already stated. Now the Samsung Magician software is about to start, and we're going to get the data on this drive. I suspect it's probably really hasn't been used. Drive details. Firmware is current. Serial number. Here. Drive health. Somewhere should be the amount of data that's been written to it.
Right there, 59 gigs.
No, that's what we're using. But I want to see how much has been written. Should be somewhere in here. They used to tell you. Oh, it's pulling up the SanDisk drive. That's the USB drive.
Right. Yeah.
So we're just looking at the top one. It says we're using 59 gig. We've got 1.76 terabytes free, a total of 1.82. There are benchmarks. I thought it was drive details. I thought it told me in here. Performance optimizations, trim status. What happened? Samsung used to provide, oh, right here. So 135.1 terabytes have been written. That's been in front of my face.
Okay.
The life of the drive.
Okay.
Now, that might sound like a lot, except if we look up a Samsung 970 EVO, 970 EVO Plus write life, it's good for approximately 150 terabytes. 150 terabytes. Now this is saying 135.1 terabytes. Now, if we believe this to be true, then you might want to return this drive, because this is telling us that this drive has almost been written to 150 terabytes. That's an extraordinary amount of use. extraordinary. I don't think I've seen a drive with that much data written to it before. So I may end up sending this back to Amazon because this makes me nervous. 135.1 terabytes have been written to this drive, and yet its lifespan is approximately 150 terabytes. That's very concerning to me. So, again, knowing that I can return these without a problem, this may not have been the deal I thought it was. Now, there's no guarantee that the drive will stop writing
Right.
at 150, but for somebody to have written 135 terabytes suggests that this drive was not a return product. You can't just do this quickly. This takes weeks, months, even potentially years.
Okay.
Unless this was used for like cryptocurrency mining, like Chia could have done this. Yeah, I think I'm going to turn this back. I expected this to be 10, 15, 20 tops. 135.1, unacceptable. That's why you run tools like that, or you might think, hey, I got a great drive. Now, if you're not going to use it much, it's all well and good, but again, I'm going to replace it with an 8 terabyte. It's just a placeholder.
Yep.
Doesn't break my heart. I'll just send it back. I'll get my $208 back, and I'll tell Amazon why. It's 7/8 of its usage, or 3/4 of it has been used. More than 3/4 of that drive has been worn.
Okay.
And it's probably got 25% or 30% of life back left in it, if that. So I want to go back to what I was doing, which is hardware monitor. Run that and check our temps on the CPU. Get that started up. A little heartbroken about that, so we're going to send back the motherboard, and we're going to send back the NVMe. And again, the motherboard's broken, and the NVMe is severely used. Look at all the CPUs we have, Mitch.
Yeah.
36.
Wow.
There's 18 cores. Each one has 2 threads for a total of what appears to be 36. We scroll down, we can see scroll up, all the temps of those cores. This row here is our current temp. This middle row is our minimum since I started the software. And then this is our maximum. We're going to keep an eye on this. I don't want it to hit 85. We're going to run Prime 95, which is putting the pedal to the metal. It's going to run all 36 cores, well, 36 threads at 100%. And we'll do that for, I don't know, somewhere between 15 minutes and 30 minutes. Look at this. Oh my gosh. I can't even put them all on the screen. Now we're going to see the temps go up. We'll probably hear the fan get louder. And we'll keep this on the screen so people can watch. Just keep an eye on this right side. Don't worry about the minimum, and don't worry about the current temperature. Let's look at the maximum temperature. And let me start my timer. But you know what? It's almost 4.
Yeah.
So let's say by 4:30, the stream will be over, and unless something happens between now and then, we'll keep an eye on it. They're saying a 1200 terabyte write for the 2 terabyte version. Oh, I might have Googled the wrong thing.
Okay.
But you know what? While this is running, since this is not a performance test,
Okay.
I can browse the web on it. It's not going to hurt anything. It just adds to the work the CPU is doing anyway. So let's take another look. If it's 1200, I'll keep it. But that's still a lot. 135 terabytes. But let's take a look. Samsung. Let's type in 2 terabyte. $150 terabytes written per 250 gig of capacity. Oh, if that's the case, I'll keep it. But I'd like to see what the life is. Let's use Google. I don't like Bing. Samsung 970 Evo Plus 2 terabyte. And let's type in TBW. How long does it last? 1.5 million hours. And I don't see the,
In terms of the rights.
let's see what it says its endurance is. Where are we at here? Guru 3D, it's a good site. So 1200 terabytes is the life. So it's only 1/12 used. I'll keep it.
Okay.
That's fine. It's still a lot. I mean, 135 terabytes.
Yeah.
I think if I check my 8 terabyte Sabrent back at my office, I don't think I've got 135 terabytes on it. But if I can go to 1200, then I don't care.
Right. Keep it.
I'm glad the chat room pointed
Yeah.
that out. And our temps looking good still here. We're just about 3 or 4 minutes into this. Let's go back to the chat. If anybody has any questions, we're going to talk with you guys while this test runs, and then we will wrap it up for the night.
What did this cooler cost?
I bought it returned,
Okay.
and it was $109.95 new,
Okay.
and I paid $92.76, so it was about $20 off.
Okay.
But it was like brand new; it had never been used. So again, usually the more something is discounted, returned,
And it came
the
with
more likely it'll have like bent fans.
right. And it came with both fans.
Yeah, everything was included. There were no
Yeah.
missing mounting parts. In fact, I think we opened the bag.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like any thermal compound had ever been applied to it. I think somebody just made a mistake, didn't realize how big it was. It was only a $20 savings, but you know, you save $20
Pushing a lot
on
of
7 parts.
pushing a lot of air, a lot of hot air.
Well, and it's well, that's
like
me.
you, yeah. You read my mind, I think. All right, so
pretty easy
yeah,
to do.
yeah. So
Let's make ourselves a little bit bigger. So I want to keep the temp on the screen.
okay,
So I think what I'll do is I'll make us like this,
and move that
and then I'm
over.
going to move. This over here like that.
Okay,
I guess I can move it back just a little bit. Or I can make us a little bigger. Look at me, I'm all technical. Brian says the person probably had to drive 3 to 6 months. Yeah, and under heavy usage at that. Lynn's Music said your workbench is starting to look like Muppet Labs. I think they just called you a Muppet.
oh, okay.
That's why you can't see my left hand. AMD Ryzen 5 5600X CPU for only $270. Yeah, you just need to buy a GPU. Good luck getting one. Appreciate the comments in the chat room regarding all the correction on the endurance of the drive. We see a lot of people. Tony Weller with $49.99. Just have a great dinner. I will now.
Seafood.
I don't know what you're eating, but
Right. Dirt. All right.
G. Wisen says 6-ounce prime ribeye, seasonal vegetables in Holmes puree. First of all, I don't want mashed potatoes. Secondly, prime ribeye is okay. It's very fatty. I much prefer a nice fillet or a New York strip.
Have we ever been
Get
to
one of those tomahawk steaks.
Yeah. Have we ever been to Outback? You and I? I don't know. On our
You wanna go?
on our last date? I don't know. Did we?
I like the onion bloom, but it's so much food.
Yeah.
And then they have what they onion blossom.
Yeah.
What do they call
I could have sworn we went once,
it?
but
Coconut shrimp there is really good.
not good. Yeah.
The food's really salty out there.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, I like to go there.
Yeah. About twice a year for me. Yeah.
Hey, Ross says, Carrie, you have some patience. Thank you for helping people without the sales pitch. Yeah, I don't care if you want to buy stuff. Oh, that Samsung 980, the new NVMe, that was on sale for $109. Might still be over at Newegg. That's what I'm paying for those Intel 1 terabyte NVMe's.
What's the difference between a 970 and a 980?
It's newer.
Yeah.
It's Samsung,
Okay.
so I think it runs a little faster than Intel's, and you get the Samsung Magician.
Yep.
I mean, if I had a choice between Samsung and Intel, I'll take the Samsung every time if the price is the same.
Okay.
But if I'm trying to keep it on budget, I think Intel's better value. But if Samsung's going to sell at the better price or at the same price, then I think the Samsung's the better value. Thank you so much, Tony. Appreciate your generosity. It's been very generous today. I think some contributions came in. Let me check my electronic communications device.
Take a little look-see.
Hello, computer.
We're not there yet, but you can talk to them. Oh, are we? Yeah.
Yeah, there's all kinds of girls trying to reach out to me for $2.99 a minute.
Yeah.
I didn't see that on Star Trek.
Alexa. Oops, sorry. Shouldn't say that. Everybody's pocket will be
Amazon gift card. This comes from, oh wow, $200 Amazon gift card. This comes from Bob Connors. He says, I will be doing this again approximately monthly. Since YouTube and PayPal seem to reduce the amount you get, I think PayPal charges both of us. Well, if it comes out of your checking account, there's no fee if you're sending to a friend, but if you're using a credit card, there's a fee. He says, anyway, I wouldn't do this at all if your YouTube channel was any less than it is. I love your channel and keep up the great work. That's extraordinarily generous.
Thank you,
Bob.
thank you.
Thank you so much. We have a gift card from Daryl Loftus. Says, thanks for the great videos and all you do, $50. And Gilbert Riddendorf with $50 Amazon gift card. I love these Amazon gift cards, guys. Thank you so much. And a PayPal contribution of $25 that comes in from Rock and Rob. Thanks, Rock and Rob, for your continued support, of course. Of course, thank you, not of course. I'm getting a bunch of alerts of packages that I ordered from Amazon that were delivered today. It's like, I had everything scheduled to be delivered today, and now I can't get over there to get the packages.
Do we have a contribution in chat from Rick Lakes? Take a little look-see. $20?
$20 from Rick Lakes.
Nice.
Hey, Rick, thank you. Rick contributes to darn near every stream we do.
How's
Very
our
generous.
How's our temps? Take a little look-see.
So remember, guys, we can't see the screen like you can.
can,
We have to
Enlarge it.
go to the input and then make it go full screen so we can see it. Oh, wow. Wow, it's been running about 12 minutes and we haven't even broken 60 degrees centigrade.
Yeah.
We're doing really good, and we're at 100% usage over here.
On
You can't even
36 cores? Or
36 threads, 18 cores.
18
That's
cores.
crazy.
Yeah.
You see we're pulling down about 165 watts.
Yeah.
But hey, we got a 1300 watt Seasonic
Yeah.
power supply that I bought returned.
Yeah.
And saved money. What did I save on that Seasonic? That's the cooler. You know what? I don't have I'll have to go back and look it up. So almost every, I guess just the motherboard, since I will keep the that 970s, that's fine. That's panicking for a moment. Rock and Rob says, you and your channel deserve it. I wish more people felt like you, Rob. I appreciate it very much. Luke says, 1 a.m. comes quick. I got to work. Gotta love these 6-hour work weeks. 6-day work weeks. Everyone have a great night and be safe. We'll send proof of life, Luke. There's Kelly Stewart. Kelly's also been a very generous supporter here. Kelly says, with power out, I don't know how long I can keep my stream going. I'll just light some candles. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Kelly. We'll let this run another 10, 15 minutes. Just torture the heck out of it. See where we're at. I know we're talking about food. I'm hungry now.
Yeah.
Fuddruckers?
Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty good burger. I mean, but
It's quick to get in and out.
yeah.
Patrick sent me a motherboard he's having trouble with, but I wasn't available. But they'll try on Monday. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
I wish he hadn't required a signature.
Right. Just deliver it.
I don't have a
Yeah.
problem with Porch Pirates. It would have been fine,
Yeah.
but it is what it is. So I'm sure I can't do anything with it till Monday anyway. Bob Connor says, no thanks necessary, Carrie. It was worth every penny. Thank you so much, Bob. I truly, truly appreciate your generosity and your kindness. It's very rare on the internet.
I mean, UPS drivers must hate when your address comes up. They probably have your face on
Not the
your
UPS
face.
drivers.
Oh, it's not?
It's the, well, maybe on that 1000D delivery,
Right.
but no, it's usually Amazon drivers.
Oh,
but they
with-
usually, I don't see typically the same Amazon
Right.
driver.
Right.
It's always different.
Yeah.
And sometimes these folks, they don't even bother hiding the package. I've seen them put the package in front of my garage door.
Oh,
Like my
right.
front door is recessed way back,
Back.
and there's planters and stuff. So many places to hide a package.
Right.
Let's just show the whole neighborhood.
Hood. Yeah.
Someone's going to steal my rubber dishwashing gloves.
Gloves.
Those are worth $2.50.
And toilet brush. Yeah. Ooh.
I'm going to hire you to do this.
Yeah.
I couldn't afford to buy the flashing unit,
Yeah.
so I'll just pay you to do this.
And we'll leave the light on for you.
What was that guy's name?
Tom Bodette.
That's it. Good memory.
Yeah.
I'm Tom Bodette.
That.
Motel 6. Well, let's not talk about it. It's free advertising
Right.
for them.
Yeah.
Robert Jones says, Carrie, if you had any new subscriptions, I get about 1,500 to 3,000 new subscribers every month. It's been that way for a couple of years now. And then there's so many fake accounts, YouTube will remove, as soon as they find fake account, they like do it in a bulk. So then one day your subscriber count goes down by a few hundred or 1,000.
Okay.
And they usually alert you, like if your subscriber number is lower, we've been clearing out fake accounts, bots and stuff. And of course, other times somebody might be offended, Carrie's a jerk, I don't like him anymore. The audience can be very fickle. They love you one day, they hate you the next. Kind of like me and you.
Yeah.
Anyway, then they go. And, I'm like, fine, go. Sometimes they want you to know they're leaving. Carrie, I'm leaving. What am I supposed to do? Please don't go. Let me think. I was here before you ever got here for 13 years.
Okay.
You stayed a while, subscribed like you were doing me a favor, and now you're going to tell me I'm unsubscribing. Well, okay. I don't like you. I don't like the direction of your channel. Okay, well, 347,800 people disagree.
Right.
Last I checked, I didn't ask for your approval. You were welcome to come and you were welcome to go, but you don't need to let me know. I don't know you. Therefore, I'm going to still do my job with or without you. Join us, you're invited in. If you don't want to join us, you're welcome to stay outside. So,
That's all.
same goes for you, by the way.
That's all I have to say about that. Okay.
Yeah, I ordered one of those 980s that are 1 terabyte. I think they were 109.
Okay.
And one of the alerts I got was it was delivered.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So that'll be an
the
upcoming
studio- the
budget
studio.
build. Probably a give. Well, I don't know if I'll do giveaway. For the giveaways, I bought a bunch of these team. Let me show you.
Yeah.
I got 10 of them because they were $50 each from a company called Team Group, same company that makes the RAM I've been using,
Okay.
and they're 512 gig. And they package them it's just like on hooks. You know you're reaching mass manufacturing commodities when it's just a package there's really, and trying to get, by the way, trying to get those out of the little holder it's in is a pain in the butt. But yeah, so I got 10 of those at $50 each. I think they're $60 now, but if you keep an eye on them, they do like 1,700 on the reads and 1,300 on the writes. They're decent.
For the giveaway computers.
Yeah, what are they going to do? Complain? Then I can give away more since I'm not investing $100 in the storage. I'm only investing $50 in the storage. But if I can keep saving money like that, then I can give away more computers. You know, it cracks me up, Mitch. I've had people complain about, I wouldn't use this brand or I wouldn't buy that brand. But you're like, well, I'll give it away. Would you take it? How can I have one?
Well, yeah.
Can I have it? Were you serious? Wait a minute. I thought you wouldn't have it. Well, I wouldn't buy it, but if you're going to give it to me. Oh, I see how it is. All right. How are we doing on this now? We're about 18 minutes into the test. It says our highest temp reached is 61. Oh my gosh. I want to let it go like 13 more minutes because now I just want to torture it for over a half an hour.
Okay.
This is a worst case scenario, right? This means somebody who has this computer that's pushing it as hard as it can be pushed for this length of time. Now you'll notice the CPU fan, the video card fans are not spinning because we're not doing a graphics test.
Right.
This is RAM and CPU and it's intensive on all 36 threads. And if you put your hand right here, Mitch.
Oh, yes.
Hold on, I also have to check, let me check the temperature and the health. Since this sent me back $6,000.
Yeah.
Let me just check my temperature and health.
Show them what you're doing.
I should wear this for 15 minutes and see what it's doing to my blood pressure. 95 over 105. That's kind of high, isn't it? This would be 80 over 120 or something?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, it just dropped to 97.
You had your second shot yesterday, so your body's fighting that off.
Oh, you think that's what it is?
Yeah.
Hugh contributes £5. He says, I'm currently saving to buy parts to build my own PC, courtesy of watching your step-by-step educational videos. Right on. Wait till you hear my announcement on August 1st. Isn't August 1st around the corner?
Just about. Today's the 30th.
I'll try and make the announcement August 1st. Otherwise, I'll make it August 2nd. But it's going to be a big, big announcement.
You're pregnant. All right.
It's twins.
Twins. Okay.
I'm going to need them.
Yeah.
Name one Tweedledee,
Okay.
and the other one I'm going to name Fred. I bet you thought I was going to say Tweedledum.
Right.
That would be too obvious.
Yeah. So you don't have a fever.
I got the fever for the flavor
Yeah.
of a nice
steak.
juicy
Yeah. Steak. Yeah. Well, you're not sweating, so that's a good sign.
Well, usually I do, so
Yeah.
that's actually the opposite effect.
But normally it's this time of year, it's like 115.
That's
out there.
true.
And it's only because we've had so much rain. It's only 101 or something like that. So
It's refreshing. 100 on the nose. 100
yeah.
degrees Fahrenheit.
So, you know, that's 15 degrees lower than what it normally is.
So next week,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to be ready to strip down the video card and heatsink. We'll leave it just like this.
Okay.
We'll strip down the heatsink, the video card. We'll actually, yeah, we'll mount the motherboard. To mount the motherboard, I also have to take this piece off.
Okay. Yeah.
Just like with Threadripper, I do the same thing. And then there's also a screw in the middle that the heatsink gets in the way.
Okay.
Then we can get it mounted in, well, first of all, we're going to have some, you and me both are going to lift this giant monster case up here, take the giant tempered glass heavy side panel, glass side panels off, and then we can mount the board in there, which should probably look about this big inside of the case. We'll put the Seasonic power supply in it, we'll wire it back up, and I have a bunch of fans. I have at least 8 fans. Hopefully by next Friday I'll have at least 10 that go on 10 120 millimeter RGB fans. Each fan has 2 cables. And then the Obsidian 1000D has the Commander Pro fan and RGB controller. So all the lights will be synchronized along with the Corsair all-in-one pump that'll also synchronize. And it'll just be like a epileptic seizure.
And you said there's room for a second motherboard, so you were thinking about putting a...
Oh yeah, we can put a mini ITX board with a small form factor power supply. It'll hold 2 computers in it.
Yeah, let's
Which
do
is
it.
so stupid because this is effectively the power of 3 or 4.
But let's do
I
it
don't
if
know.
you if
Yeah,
you got
let's
the
do it.
if you got the parts.
I've never done it
Yeah.
before, and it's really, really stupid.
Right. Then you should do it.
And then I won't ever have to do it again. When someone says, "Hey,
right,
yeah,
right, right.
been there, done that." I'll even get a T-shirt.
So we'll put the Mac OS on that. Oop. All right.
Make it a Hackintosh.
Yeah.
Why don't I just hit it with a hammer?
Yeah.
Instead.
No, Linux. Oops. Right on. So then we'll have Windows 11, no, Windows 10 Pro and Linux. All right. Be great. We could always mount 2 skateboards on the bottom with duct tape.
What about one of those electric skateboards? And we can have it summoned to us.
Right. Because I'll tell you, chat, it really needs wheels.
Needs
I mean,
casters or something.
no one, and I'm talking even a bodybuilder, you could lift that. First of all, there's no handles, and they're glass sides. So I mean,
We still haven't broken 61C. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's a good cooler.
yeah.
Ooh, feel it.
Do I have to? All right.
No.
Yeah. All right. Not too bad. Yeah.
Toasty.
Yeah. Let's make some grilled cheese sandwiches. All right. Yeah.
Nothing like melted
Yeah,
cheese on your
yeah.
cooler.
Yeah.
How do you like that for some thermal compound?
Right.
Velveeta, cheese that never dies.
Yeah. If that's what you want to call it, cheese. Yeah.
Cheese food product.
Pro-
Hey, even
yeah.
Kraft American singles are not
Yeah. Right.
cheese.
Right.
They're cheese-like. All right, what do we decide for dinner?
Well, it's your nickel, so whatever.
No, it's their nickel.
Oh, okay.
Tony Wallo paid for dinner.
I could do seafood, but do we have to go all the way across town?
Only if you want good seafood.
If you want bad seafood, then it's Red Lobster
I
up here.
can just
up
take
here
it
at
out of the corner and
Yeah.
get fish out of the canal.
Yeah.
Might have 3 eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's Red Lobster. Go to the salt cellar, get real fancy.
Yeah, that's down quite a ways, yeah.
We could go to Ocean 44.
What's that one place you took me up here on Greenway that we kind of liked? Was it called, Rehab? No, was it
Rehab Burger.
Red Devil or something like that? Remember
I
that?
don't care for it. It's kind of gone down.
Yeah,
It's not what it used to
To
be
be.
since the pandemic. The
Right.
quality of the food.
yeah. I wasn't knocked out, yeah, and the
It
waitress,
used to be.
the
I mean,
waitress was a little snarky, yeah.
It,
so-
you know, maybe it was a bad day,
right.
but that restaurant's been in Phoenix.
You
Any
you
decade.
used to like it though, right? It served good quality food.
Yeah, maybe it just went on a bad day.
Yeah.
Alice Cooper used to eat there a lot. Alice Cooper's also from Michigan and lives in Scottsdale. See your neighbor,
What's his real name?
Alice Cooper,
No, that's not his real name. Do you know his
Marilyn
real name?
Manson?
Do you know his real name? I do, yeah.
Cindy Brady.
Vincent Fernay.
He looks like a Vincent.
Yeah.
He really does.
What a golfer. Man, that guy.
The Angry Crab. Oh yeah, there's the Angry Crab. And they serve everything in plastic bags, like boil bags, and then you have to rip the bag open and
Like SpongeBob? No,
like
right.
like Louisiana style, Cajun backyard barbecue style. I like everything deep fried.
Ah. And then I can't talk Carrie Chad into going to, not that all the time, but I like on couple times a year Louisiana food. I mean, from New Orleans, some jambalaya, very nice.
George Z says, I got to go for my birthday. See you guys. Bye for now. George, happy
right.
birthday.
Do a shot for every year you're born. Okay.
And don't drive.
Yeah, don't drive Uber or Lyft.
Bryant wants to know, why would you have 2 motherboards on one rig?
Because you can.
There are gamers out there that want the best possible gaming performance from the main motherboard, and they use the second motherboard to stream the game without interfering with the performance
Okay.
onto Twitch or whatever. That's typically why it's done. But a system like this should do both without a problem. But I guess it depends on the game and the graphics.
We called this the ultimate build. I say we put it in there. Be fun. Then I'll talk Carrie into giving it to me. You know what I mean? Then I'll make it a giant Hackintosh. Right?
Mike was talking about this would be a good video editor. Depends on the video editing.
Right.
Software. I don't think CyberLink Power Director.
You know, are you
be an
shooting?
interesting
Yeah,
test.
are you shooting 8K? I mean,
Alice Cooper was born Vincent Damon Bernier, February 4th, 1948. That's 5 years younger than my father.
jeez,
In better shape. Alice is. That's what Hugh says.
what a golfer.
Where are we at? 4:26. 4 more minutes. And has it budged? 61. 61.
Yeah, you would never pound it this.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you would never pound it like this.
No. Bill Binder says deep fried Mars bar is a thing in parts of Scotland. Deep fried everything
thing.
is a
Okay, yeah.
part of Scotland.
Yeah. Yeah, you go to our state fair in Phoenix, yeah, you can get a deep fried Snickers. Yeah.
They say my audio is lower than yours, but did I turn mine on? Have I been using my audio the whole time? Check 1, 2. My audio level's right there. Now you talk.
Oh, check 1, 2, check, yeah.
Yeah, yours is
Yeah.
a little bit.
Little hot, yeah.
Wonder why.
I don't know.
Let me step away. Does my audio get quieter? If so, no. It's just my voice. You're just talking louder than me today.
Yeah,
You see, if I want to talk like this, my audio.
right. He doesn't have the resonance. Resonance? Residence? No, that's, yeah, the resonance that I
Resident
have.
Evil?
A salad, I could, yeah, Seinfeld, Elaine, the big salad. I mean, if you want very healthy, you know.
Bob Shoemaker's saying goodbye. We'll see you next time, Bob. Thanks for hanging
Yeah.
out with us.
Enjoy the weekend.
Let's go ahead and start saying goodbyes. I think this isn't going to budge. We're
Right.
at 61. We've got a minute and a half left. So for everybody who has contributed, including, all the live chats that I don't have lists of, unfortunately, but of course, Michael Dane, I forgot to mention yesterday. I felt bad about it. So Tony Wello, Peter Laycock, Russ Whitehead, Gilbert. Where's my glasses? Nope, still can't read much. Chicken scratch. Riddendorf, Gilbert Riddendorf, Jose Rivera Astacio, Doug Betts, Dave Scruggs, Daniel Butler, Paul McIntosh, Jimmy Walbert, George Paulson, Krister Stenman, Gregory Guy, and Gregory McCutcheon, Rockin' Rob, Colin Hilton, Joseph Mahoney, David Stetzel, and all the generous contributions I mentioned earlier. Hey, there's Marty. There he is. He says, hey, you two. It looks good, Carrie. Now, wait till you see it in the case. Oh, yeah. And once we get it all installed, we can turn XMP on after all of that. Maybe, just maybe, between now and then, we'll find another 4 sticks of matching RAM, and we'll just jam it up with 256 gigs of RAM. Jeez. There's 64 gigs in it now. I've got 2 more to put in. That'll be a total of 128. And then I have 4 more sockets, but I want them all to match and be the same. And then I'll
Okay.
be able to control all the lighting.
It'll be the next streamer. No. Yeah.
If you help me move it every single time, I don't think I could put it on the desk.
No.
You won't even see me.
Right.
You'll just think the computer is hosting the show. My thanks to everybody for hanging out with us in the chat, for being kind, and if there were any trolls, I didn't notice them. So I imagine there were some, and I appreciate you guys taking care of that so it wasn't distracting for me. And one more time, I want to just look at our final temp, because we have reached the maximum length of time, which is over a half an hour, which is twice the torture test.
But watch those temps when he hits stop.
Yes,
Oh,
I'm going to come over
yeah.
here. Yeah, check this out.
Out.
Stop, and then I have to confirm it afterwards.
Right. Watch those temps on the right.
Ready? Now. Here we go. Watch these drop so quick.
That's funny. Jeez.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then I will close
That.
Prime 95 and exit out of it. Usually it's, oh. And then I guess I can just close this. It's still going to drop a little bit more, but we're in the 30s now. You feel a difference, or is it still not?
It's still pretty warm, yeah.
Let me close this out and shut this down. I'll also activate Windows a bit later. But you can see that's the, go to Properties. You'll see that's the Core i9-9980XE. Search reviews on that monster of a chip. It was $2,000 when Intel introduced it. It's around $1,200 today, and I picked it up for $700, I think, and $50 plus tax. Diane in Northwest Chicago suburbs contributes $10. Says thank you for everything, Gary. You both crack me up.
Is that good or bad? I can't. I think that's good.
It's a good thing. You know, if they told me I was horrible, I'd take that as good too. Just always take everything as good.
With a grain of salt.
Well,
Yeah.
as long as your blood pressure's good.
Okay.
Mitch and I will be back next Friday, 1 o'clock as always, and we're going to continue this build, getting the big case up here, putting in there, hooking it up.
You know, with the case up here, I'll be behind it, so they won't even see me. So
You're welcome.
Yeah, okay. Because it's this tall, I can't even see my arm. It's above that, and it's about that. Yeah, about that wide. So we'll
And
do
the
it.
case is
I'll
big,
bring.
too.
Yeah, I'll bring my gym belt. Okay.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks to everybody. Just thank everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you all. We'll see you all again very, very soon. Until then,
Bye for now.
I gotta pick an outro here. Which one? You want to do like a happy one?
Happy.
Happy outro.
Yeah.